jealousy. Yeah. Now this is time. We need education, more than bullets and bombs. Now this is time. We need to care for the young and old, more than silver and gold. Now this is time. We have to wake up and change the world. As a result of 2,000 years of hypocrisy, ego-driven leaders in pursuit of property, power and wealth and fame, oppressing and murdering, killing all in God's name. Iniquity spread across the nation. Humanity is into separation. In the midst of a darkest hour, we rise to reclaim our power. In this time, we love and unity, more than hate and jealousy. Yeah. In this time, we need education, more than bullets and bombs. We say we not give up, not give up, not give up. Oh no, we not give it, not give it, not give up. Mission using dirty politicians, brainwash education, war on religion, racial division, food with no nutrition. Hey, this is the Babylon system. Their intention to use all their wicked invention, all the propaganda promoting consumerism, it's all a distraction, only misdirection to break high connection. But if you want come from me, make you know say what I want. This is how I get you ready for the Armageddon. I'm in for the revolution, power by love and compassion. Cause if we go at them with weapons, then they have more guns. Go at them with money, then they have more funds. With unification, then time soon done. We owe to our daughters and sons in a decent time. Love and unity, more than hate and jealousy. Yeah. Now this is time. We need education, more than bullets and bombs. Now this is time. We need to care for the young and old, more than silver and gold. Now this is time. We have to wake up and change the world. Now this is time. We need love and unity, more than hate and jealousy. Yeah. Now this is time. We need education, more than bullets and bombs. In this time, we need to care for the young and old, more than silver and gold. In this time, we have to wake up and change the world.
Yeah, I was born blind, I could not see, thoughtless, not free. Doctors on the scene with poisonous fists, they call it the vaccine. And if you ain't asleep, you know exactly what I mean. If my mama really knew, she would breach the roof. I just hope she knows the baby only seeks the truth. I learned not to trust the system or the institute, and I feel I need to get that knowledge into you. Mama raised a truth seeker, every day making way, exposing the deceivers, trying to wake up all the sleepers. Listen for a minute and I'll make you a believer. Mama raised a truth seeker, every day making way, exposing the deceivers, trying to wake up all the sleepers. Listen for a minute and I'll make you a believer. In school I was taught lessons, a young truther asking questions, while all these other motherfuckers guessing. Elementary just wasn't meant for me. Y'all keep your fake history, the shit is not a mystery. That it's all lies, and if all lies would open wide and see in 2020 vision be nowhere to hide. It's so clear as a clear blue sky that we never see anymore, just trails pass by. And remember the conspiracy theorist said it's a lie. They're spraying chemicals in the air, but you still deny. So how can I get you to see anything if you're blind? Like the moon landing's fake, NASA lies all the time, and government officials are just the elite puppets. I'ma probably get murdered for saying all the shit, fuck it. Tired of this world anyway, getting bleaker by the day. Sheep will keep sleeping, truth seeker, I'm away. Mama raised a truth seeker, every day making way, exposing the deceivers, trying to wake up all the sleepers. Listen for a minute and I'll make you a believer. Mama raised a truth seeker. Every day making way, exposing the deceivers. Trying to wake up all the sleepers. Listen for a minute and I'll make you a believer. I was cutting classes, fucking blasting, straight mapping, looking at the globe laughing. Yo, we see way too. I was cutting classes, fucking blasting, straight mapping, looking at the globe laughing. Yo, all of Nasty's pictures of Earth are fake. They're all fake. Yeah, I was cutting classes, fucking blasting, straight mapping, looking at the globe laughing. We can't get to the moon today, never mind 60 years ago. Every day making way, exposing the deceivers. Trying to wake up all the sleepers. Listen for a minute and I'll make you a believer. Mama raised a truth seeker. Every day making way, exposing the deceivers. Trying to wake up all the sleepers.
Wake up! What's up, guys? Welcome to the show. Hope you're awake now. We got Shapu here with me. And I also got CFM in the house. What's going on, guys?
Good to talk to you.
Yeah, hi, Ben.
I had a wardrobe faux pas before the show started.
What the heck?
Oh,
I'm the only one?
It wasn't.
Whatever.
Oh, dude, you have your shirt on. That's
Whatever.
great. My shirt's downstairs again. Anyway, I had a whole other shirt on, and the color was all wrong for my crappy camera on this little thing here. And so I had to get changed like 3 different times. My Meltology shirt's downstairs, though, in the laundry room. Stand up. Let me see it. Come on. Bring it up. Bring it up a little.
Right there.
There you go. Yeah, there you go.
I only got my Colorado shirt.
Oh, see, you got pyramids on, so you are definitely
The
Illuminati.
mountain.
Yeah. I didn't get the memo. I thought we're always supposed to have these on. Okay.
No, you have to wear yours.
Yeah, I sleep in it, everything. Yeah, it's all
He does.
everywhere now.
He feeds the chickens in it. He
That's right.
grows his potatoes, doing everything with the shirt on. He even wraps it around his head sometimes, get the
Yes.
sweat off his brow.
Correct. Or a burqa, depending on what my company is. Yeah. Hey,
Oh,
Shampoo.
my God.
Good to see you, man. It's always
Good
fun
to
to
see
talk.
you, Richard. Nice to see you here tonight.
Oh man, the pictures and stuff, and that you guys both show, but the stuff that you find. I mean, Jen, I know she scours the internet at 2 a.m. and comes up with stuff I don't even understand. And then now you're coming up with pictures and drawings and stuff that I swear, like somebody in a street alley like hands it to you in the middle of the night in a dark room. I don't know how you get these.
It's a good stuff. Show this next time. Oh my gosh. So Steve might join us. He said he's going to try. Let's keep our fingers crossed. I hope he does. If not, though, hopefully he's listening. We love you, Steve. We got 27 people here right now. And I was just going to give a few shout outs real quick. Cherie Ives, Rob the Truth, Domestic Truther 69, DJ's in the house. What's up, girl? Melanie's here. What's up, Melanie? Jenny T. Murphy is here. We got Fruit Kiss in the house. Is Jeannie listening? Jeannie, what's up if you're listening, girl?
I'm sure she is.
Because I know she doesn't always jump in the chat. So I'm going to give her a shout out. And who else we got here? Jeremy, I Want to Know More is in the house. I saw him earlier today and showed him something very interesting that I'm going to be showing on the show here. His mind was a little blown. So that's pretty cool. Boston Guy 51. That's a new name I've been seeing around lately. I don't know if it's somebody else and they've got a new name, or if you're a new subscriber, welcome. Thank you. Natalie's in the house. Well, I'm really glad everybody's here. This is going to be a fun show. So we're going to be talking about the Book of Miracles. And, you know, when you hear a title like that, you think, okay, well, it's about miracles or Jesus or something. Well, it's actually apocalyptic to a certain extent. And it has to do with events that took place in and around the 1600s. Well, the late 1500s is when the book was written and these drawings were done. But it's chronologically marking out major events that took place leading up to this date, which is 1500s, which I find really interesting because I talk about this God's judgment, this pole shift, this X factor event being cyclical in nature. So if we look at the millennial reign, and we know that had a beginning and an end, and then there's a short season, or the Little Caesar,
pizza, Little Season now, yeah,
which has a beginning and an end.
Correct.
So, and there's things that lead up to these beginning and endings, okay? Like right now, we seem to be, in my opinion, in the short little season of Caesar, Satan. And I think we're seeing the signs that we're going to see leading up to the very end of it before the new beginning of whatever that's going to look like, the second coming, this glorious, amazing new heaven on earth. I don't know, but it has to do with an ending and a beginning. And there's things that lead up to these events. That being said, we're going to take a look at these pictures and try to decipher what people are actually seeing. Is it fictional mixed with some kind of truth? Is it truth? Were they actually seeing these types of things leading up to maybe the end of the millennial reign, leading into the short season of Satan? Because a lot of what we're going to see correlates to the book of Revelation. And these are the signs that we're supposed to be seeing in our generations. So, but they're seeing them back then as well. So we're going to go through this. We're going to try to break it down. Got more eyes on it. Well, between me and Ceiling Fan, we got 8 eyes on it. And then we got Shapu. So we're going to be doing all right. Hopefully Steve can join us too, because I'm sure he'll have a real good...
I would like to give a shout out because I'm actually, I'm excited. I'm going to be interviewing this gentleman on my show Friday, but Martin Lidke's in the audience. So
hey,
he must have really enjoyed the topic that you brought up on his show because he's here checking it out. So
welcome, yeah. Martin. I actually think he might even have went over this Book of Miracles before. I know John Levy covered it. A few other people have covered it in the past. I haven't heard it talked about recently, but what I saw the other day, the picture that just grabbed me was the torch picture, the drawing. I mean, I used it as my thumbnail. And we're going to go over what it says about this one particular picture here that kind of made sense to me. It seems like a piece to the puzzle that's missing because we can't figure out when this ending was, when this new beginning was, when our ending is coming for this short season, if that's what we're in. Because we're seeing all these crazy signs now. We got the Mandela effect. There's strange stuff going on with the sun and the moon. Polaris is doing weird stuff because there's a Mandela effect with Polaris. It was supposed to be stationary and now it moves and it never moved before. Maybe that's not a Mandela effect. Maybe it's something that it's always done and they just lied to us about Polaris. Because I think the Mandela effect is one of those signs that are showing us where the lies lie, because that's part of the apocalypse that takes place during this end of days time that we're in. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And the Mandela effect is very, very important in the whole scheme of everything that's taken place here. I think it's kind of like
one of the things that I always point out is, so throughout history, you can probably find civilizations that talk about, we're in end times, whatever that might be. In fact, I still have this bone to pick. The Mayan people with the Mayan calendar never existed now. It's always had no end. And someone even mentioned on one of my chats, well, maybe it was male is Mayan and female is no. There's no end on those people or the name of the calendar. But in any case, throughout history, people have said, hey, it's end times. But to me, the one thing that hasn't happened was the famine for the word of God, because now when you pick up your Bible, it's being changed in a supernatural way that we don't understand. It's the natural way. Yeah. In a way that it's making it so you either can't read it or it's removing things or changing things in a way that making it unreadable. And that would be the famine for the word of God, when people will look for it and not find it. And so to me, that's never happened, and that is happening. So you add up all the other 1,000 things that are falling into place, like when you put a key into a tumbler and it's slowly turning it. That's a big one. And Mandela effect, to me, it accumulates there. Yes. You can talk about everything else that's going on, but you have to realize that when the Bible changes, that's a sign of end times.
that is a definite sign. And I have heard people over the years who try to steer this Mandela effect narrative away from what it actually really is. Oh, it's happened all through our lives. It's been going on for thousands of years. We just never noticed it before, you know? Or some people say, well, I noticed that changed 20 years ago. I wouldn't be surprised if the Mandela effect started winding out and started coming, you know, this thing, it's not just going to be like, boom, smack you in the face. These Bible changes were incremental over time, whether you want to call it 3 to 5 years or whatever. But I think we've been seeing other signs, like maybe within the last 20 years or so, maybe not for everybody. Like for me, it was 2013, 2014 when I started coming onto the Mandela effect and realizing some stuff was weird.
But you know what, Jen? None of us go through it the same way at the same time,
right?
Because I just first started reading the Bible for the first time, now going on, 3 years ago, like 2-3 years ago. And I didn't see some of the things that I saw the next time I went through it. And then I started seeing these things and watching these channels, and things were changing. But some of the changes that they're talking about that for me weren't there 3 years ago when I read it, changed for those people, like you say, 20 years ago.
Right.
And so I don't understand how that works, but it does. Everyone changes at different times.
Yeah. See, that's what's supernatural about it.
Yeah.
It's not that the words are changing on the paper or whatever. It's how it connects to us and what we see happening. It's a supernatural event that is, it's speeding up exponentially as we get down to the end time, beginning of new time thing that's going to happen. This is the second coming of Jesus, which the first coming, I mean, this whole timeline thing, like we were trying to figure out Babel and Noah's Ark and stuff like that. They've got the timeline so screwed up to keep us confused. If we could better understand what happened, when it happened, we would better understand where we're at and where we need to be spiritually. But this is the whole idea about keeping us in the dark about this stuff and keeping us confused, is so that we don't know and we won't be ready. They want your oil lamp to be empty.
Correct.
You see what I'm saying? So I'm gonna.
Can I show you something real quick?
Oh, yeah,
Two things.
absolutely.
All right. I think I sent this to you or told you about it, because I thought this was interesting. This is really all I brought today, but I have plenty for show and tell. But I know you guys always bring the good stuff. So right here, this one, it's only a minute and it's interesting. You can hear it.
Did you know that this Bible prophecy is actually happening right in front of your eyes? In the book of Revelation in the Bible, it talks about the great Euphrates River in the Middle East. It says that in the last days before God destroys the earth, that this great river will actually dry up. Well, this is the current state of that river. It's drying up. But that's not all. The Bible says that God chained up 4 fallen angels and actually imprisoned them underneath that river. And according to the Bible timeline, when the river dries up, they will be released from under the river to slaughter 1/3 of mankind. And the river is almost dried up. So it's only a matter of time before those angels are back on the earth.
So that's interesting. And
That's
if that
no
was
bueno.
right, that's no bueno. And then this story showed up May 31st, that in the Tigris River, which is right there, connect, I think, to the Euphrates. It's so dried up, they just found a 3,400-year-old city emerging.
That's crazy too.
So whatever's down there, it's coming. Look at the bricks.
Wow. That's crazy, dude. But yeah, no, I've heard stories about these angels that are chained up down below that particular area of the Tigris and the Euphrates, and that whatever military is in that location that is meant to actually guard that location, because they don't want anybody going near it, but they have to have people that guard it. And the people that guard it are like, you know, they go crazy. These angels have some kind of telepathic vibrational frequency that they can get in these soldiers' heads and stuff, and it'll tell them to kill their fellow soldiers, tell them to kill themselves, start speaking in all different languages in their head, like some kind of angelic language that just makes their head want to explode. They go nuts, and then nobody wants to guard that area, but you know, they have like a perimeter. If they get too close, then these like angels can get in their heads. I remember hearing that story,
Yeah.
gosh, years ago. I think it was on a George Norrie show or something. But yeah, it's a thing.
So that's the thing. It talks about no one knows the date and time except God. No one, not even Satan himself. So the thing is you have two options. Spend the rest of the time that you have in existence here worrying about what they are going to do to you and when this is going to happen and are you going to survive, or find God, know that he's promised he'll take care of you, and live your life in joy, and know that no matter what they do, it can't destroy you. And even if it takes your body, well, then you just go see God sooner, because the only thing you're supposed to fear is something that can destroy your body and your soul. And so if you're saved, if God knows who you are, we got nothing to worry about, right?
Agreed 100%. And that's the one thing that I think is important too, is that, when we talk about this X Factor event, this mud flood, whatever you want to call it, this horrific event that took place, and that something like this could come again. It's not fear mongering. I think we should look at this as we have to realize our creative power and that we're connected to the Creator, and that our vibrational frequency matters in all this. We've given that up and given it over to fear and the whole system, this fake matrix and everything. There's nothing to fear at all. And if you embrace the love and joy that comes from the Creator and Jesus, and you just bathe in that, none of this will affect you. I know it sounds crazy, like how could it not? Everything's going to burn up or get mud flooded or who knows what. The oceans are going to roll in and roll us all over and stuff. But we're so attached to our bodies that we don't know how to let go. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying this in some kind of weird, morbid way or anything, but we've just been so hidden. The information's been so kept from us and hidden from us about where we really come from, what the whole soul thing's about, and what comes after this. This is why you have atheists, and we have the Christians and the Muslims and these people and over here and these people, and everybody has their own ideas about what's going on, but nobody really knows. Somebody knows. They're just not telling us. Just like they know the earth's flat, they're not telling us. You know what I mean? They got this information. They want us to live in fear. They want us to be trapped by it, and it's going to bring down our vibrational energy to negativity. And then whatever calamities come, we're not going to be trusting in Jesus and God and realizing that he's got us and he knows us and he's going to remember us. No, you're going to live in fear and you're going to fall down and you're going to, all this stuff and do maybe desperate, horrible things to try to survive and all this stuff. That being said.
Well, the thing is once you've made that connection, like you say, that fear goes away. Yeah. And so when we're not saying that you don't get trouble in your life, it's almost kind of the opposite. I was reading about the apostles, and I was reading Paul, and he was talking about how in his day they hated the people that talked about God. They were homeless. They most of the time were starving. And they weren't taken seriously, and most of the time people didn't want to hear what they had to say or hated them for it. And so when I think about that, and then I think about what we're doing, and it's like hard to complain no matter what's going on in our lives, because I just think about the other apostles looking at us going, are you kidding me? You know what I mean? It's like what we're going through versus what they went through. And so even if things do pop off, the whole idea, I believe, it's like any muscle. So like if you buy a gym membership, but you never go, you're not going to improve. You have to go there and you have to weight train against an adversary, right? You have to train against something to get stronger. And so your faith isn't any different. And so if God never tests your faith and doesn't allow the devil to touch you, like in the book of Job, then you'll never really change the way that you talk to him or pray, because we pray differently when we're in trouble than when everything's good. Well, at least most of us. I'm trying to do better on all of it now. But the thing is so a little trouble comes in, and now what do you do with it? Can you get out of it? Probably not. That's why God put it in your path. So what do? You have to go through it, and you have to pray for help. and that's why he did it. And so however you figure out how to get through it with his help, now you're stronger and you're smarter, because whatever that obstacle was and you got out of it, you'll remember and you'll sidestep that one next time. And that's how we're getting stronger. When you want to put on the full armor of God, well, we better get ready, because whatever's coming, whether we're in the first ending or the little season pizza, it's no bueno either way. Satan gets to screw with us.
Yeah.
So, and you're fighting not a physical body. You're fighting the powers and spiritualities and all that stuff from Ecclesiastes. Yep. So if you don't understand it, and if you haven't, say, read a book, to try to understand it, or Enoch is another good one. Someone was asking about, I forgot who it was, about how you can have angels chained down. Well, Enoch talks about it, and it's really badass. Do you mind if I talk a little, Jen?
Oh, I would love to hear this. Yes.
Okay, so it's really badass, because what happens is the fallen ones, and that's another thing we all got to remember. A third of the angels fell. That means 2/3 are still there working with God. We've got them outnumbered. So it doesn't matter how powerful their angels are. We have twice as many, right? We have the numbers, and we have God and Jesus on our side.
And we already come from a place of victory.
Right, because Jesus can put everything under his foot, including crushing Satan's head. That's been Mandela effect. He no longer crushes his head. Interesting. Who would have changed that? Could it be Satan? Anyways, I've digressed. Where am I?
Satan.
Right?
Saturday Night Live.
That's why I was doing it. If it was my show, I hit a drop right there. Maybe Anyways, where was I at? So a third of the angels come down. So once they come down and they mess everything up, something comes across them and they realize they're screwed up. And so this is where Enoch shows up, because man is not allowed to see God and be in the heaven. We're not allowed to be there. But there's ways through dreams and visions and angels that are helpful. So Enoch gets taken up and he's talking with God through an angel, however he's doing it. Yeah, that's very true. Thank you, Ann. My fans are here. So he goes to the fallen ones, and basically they all have different names. I forget them off the top of my head. But like there's one that taught us all the weaponry and stuff. Yeah. And that's one of the ones God's most pissed at. And he takes him and he chains him up and he buries him underground with the sharpest rocks underneath him and on top of him until the end times, when he gets released, only to be thrown into the lake of fire for the rest. So he's done. This dude, he's been sitting there forever cooling his jets.
I can't wait till this shit happens. I'm so looking forward to it. I'm like, let's do this. So they're chained up
by not just through the power of God, but there's like really powerful angels that are blocking these things. Look into Sheol. That's another thing. It's beneath us, and it's not just for the baddies. There's areas for righteous people, because anybody that dies. See, the way I see it is this: if we did not have our oil lamps ready, and Jesus showed up and did the millennial reign for 1,000 years, and then he took off, and now we're stuck here. Anybody that's died between that period and the end of the pizza season, they can't go to heaven yet, because if you read it, everyone meets God and Jesus at the same time for judgment. So they can't be there yet. So they're in Sheol. They're guarded also by righteous angels.
Now, would that be considered limbo?
I would think so. It's a way of saying it, because there's a part in it where they cry out to God and say, hey, how much longer do we have to wait down here before you clean house? And he tells them it's a little bit longer. Don't worry, which is funny, though, because time to God and time to us is completely different. But in any case, so that's how they're down there chained up and stuff to be released. And there's other angels guarding them also. And so that's the whole, there's so much about Enoch. Enoch actually talks about how the sun and the moon work through portals, and how the sun gives the moon light, but it's like energy. It doesn't like shine on it and make it a luminary. No, it sends energy to it until it fills up. And Enoch actually talks about that there's 18 hours in a day and 364 days in a year. And so I'm trying to figure all that out. It's really difficult because we're working with a 24-hour clock and a 365 day a year.
What I don't understand is what happens to the moon when there's a new moon. Where does it go then? It just dips into a portal and hangs out there for like a night or two, and
I could pull that up and look. I have the Book of Enoch here, but
yeah, because that one always baffled me. I'm like, where does it go? It's got to go somewhere.
And I don't know, could it be up there and you just can't see it? But could it be up there and you just can't see it? I mean, there's times when
that could be too. I just don't. I mean, you think you would see something, you know? I mean,
well, it's also a weird thing. I don't understand eclipses, because how come, like, when you're doing an eclipse, you don't see the trajectory of the planet or the moon or the sun going across? Right. You know, it's just suddenly it's appearing and starting the eclipse, and then it ends. You know, like, I can see the moon in the sky all the time next to the sun. How come I can't see it? You know what I mean? It's just, there's weirdness about it.
Yeah,
which of course, because
like if it's a new moon and the sky's dark, like, all right, so there's no light. But even when it's like, I guess, I don't know, maybe because if there's even a crescent moon, I could still see the other half of the moon. But I guess it's just because of that little bit of light that's coming off of it that's illuminating some of it.
I had a video I showed the other night, and it had a little bit of the crescent, but then you could see the dark area behind it.
Yeah.
And Pink Floyd was there.
Sorry. Yet another brick in the wall.
But yeah, London ground, 13 lunar months times 28 days, 364. Yeah, because that's what it says. It specifically says it's 364, and it says it's a perfect amount. It says it multiple times. So, and our 365 calendar screws up with leap year. So
yes,
nothing makes sense that they give us.
Yeah, they have to take what's already perfect and make it something else, because they can't create anything on their own. This is what it's always been about.
Well, they also want to confuse us. They know how to work the clock and stuff. We don't. So they want to confuse us so we can't figure it out. They just want to keep us stupid.
How many different calendars there's been since like thousands of years ago? Even the Masons have like 7 different calendars. Yeah. It's Anno Dominus and Damo Argius and all kinds of weird calendars where they add and subtract hundreds of years and stuff.
Yeah. And the biggest sign to me that there's potential that the millennial reign happened was the fact that there's 1,000 years they call the Dark Ages, which would be the opposite of the Light Ages. And the fact that they change all the dates and add like L's to make it look like a 1 for an extra 1,000 and keep us guessing on what year we actually are in. And if the fact that they're hiding that so much, that tells me that it's really important that we don't know the timeline. And then when you throw in the melted buildings, I should say, and the fact that some are left, say a third are left, as you read off in a scripture there, I think it was a Quran or something, where he said, God said he'd leave a third of the destruction so we could remember what happened. And that could have even been the Tower of Babel. We don't know it was one single tower. It could have been an event all over our plane, and you found multiple towers and volcanoes. And so, you know, God had multiple times where he destroyed a single city, not just Sodom and Gomorrah. So it didn't even have to be one single event. It could have been multiple events that have done this. But over time, he said he'd leave a third, and that's what we're finding. We're finding the tops to buildings because the depth of this place is crazy. And that's another thing they're trying to keep us from looking at. Every time we look at something, I hear all this opposition. Oh, don't look there. And then they throw a joke name at us like Hollow Earth. I don't even know what that is, and I don't even care to look into it. What I do know is it's not flat. There's depth to it. I want to live on Bible Earth. I want to live where God tells me I live. It is a round shape because he says it's a circle, and it's stationary, so we're not flying through space. He's right above it. It's protected with a firmament, but there's stuff underneath us, because it even says in Job, what is it? It says, dead things are formed in the waters and the inhabitants thereof. Well, who's he talking about? So no, there's things, people, creatures, entities, whatever, the fallen ones. We already talked about that. Most likely they're shale and the chained up fallen ones.
And a place for the righteous. So this all we covered the 9 circles of hell, Dante's Inferno. You know, they say it's a comedy. Well, they don't mean comedy like it's funny. They meant it like, you know, like it's like a serious I don't know, whatever. So anyway, it's got limbo. It's got you know, all these creatures down there. There's rivers. There's mansions and there's fallen angels down there guarding certain things like the gates of hell and stuff like that. They even talk about where Jesus stood when he broke the gates of hell.
Mhm.
That the spot where he stood when he went down to hell, I guess, before he ascended to heaven.
Well, that's the thing. See, there's also, they always talk about 3 days. So when he died on the cross and he said it was done, then he went down where I think he went to Sheol, because he had to scoop up all the righteous people that had died there for when he's going to, or at least tell them who he is, because he didn't walk around when they were alive. So now he shows up down there like, hey, I'm your ticket out. Everyone got a key card. Okay, I'll see you in a little bit. And then he goes up to heaven. And then when he comes back for everyone that first time, they go.
That's what it says in Dante's Inferno too, that the people get a chance who didn't know Jesus before, the people that are there to choose, you know, basically, because there's a lot of, they would say, like in Dante's Inferno, like, you know, the great minds and thinkers and stuff, but they never knew Jesus, so they're there like waiting, I guess, for their chance to be able to know him, to go. You know what I mean? Or they would either ascend or descend down further into the circles of hell, but they're in limbo. You know what I mean? Just like you explained.
Yeah.
That's very true. Right.
It's very true.
Who said that?
Yeah, the 9 circles of hell was intense when we read that.
You guys did a great breakdown on that.
It was 9.5 hours, 3-part series. We read through every circle, and it wasn't easy. You know, the wording back then and stuff was a lot different. And there's, like I said, there's this a whole city there called the City of Dis. There's 2 rivers in hell: the River Freon and the River Styx. And then there's, you know, these mansions and stuff and buildings and everything down there. It's crazy, but you know, there's got to be some truth to all of this. You know, even with the flat Earth and everything, like we would hear stories and different things about, you know, we used to call it Hollow Earth, but there is this interior that there's stuff down there, and we don't know what it is, but it doesn't seem like it's, you know, that great of a place to go. Let me see here. I'm going to share screen.
Hey, Shampoo.
Yeah,
The audience wants you to say something.
I'm
I'm so sorry.
I wanted to say that since I'm looking at the moon phases, I've seen that after the full moon, the moon just disappeared. You know, I thought it was after the full moon, then we see like the other side on, and then it's a new moon. But after the full moon, I've seen that it's the new moon right after the full one. Did you ever seen that?
No.
No.
I since it's been like a couple of years, I always look at the full moon, and after the real full moon, you cannot see the moon. It's not there anymore. Just the next full moon, try to find the moon the next day. You won't be able to see it.
Wait a minute. You're saying this has happened to you more than once?
Yes, every time.
You see a full moon, the next day you don't see it?
No. Because I see it. It's right there out my window, and I look at the full moon every time there is one, and I'm baffled every next day. Oh, I'll see the moon, and
I'm having trouble processing this one. I'll try.
I know.
I always see a moon.
I don't even know how it works, but you know, it comes out.
Did you pay your moon electric bill? Maybe it's been shut off for you.
I didn't. Maybe that's what happened.
No moonlight for you.
No moon for you.
The moon Nazi.
Oh my God, no, you can't even say
Oh
those
my
words.
God.
Only Seinfeld could talk about that. Anyway.
All right. Well, hopefully things get better on that end, Chapeau.
No, it's
a good sign or a bad sign.
It's just how it is, I think.
Your son shows up every day so far, right?
Yeah.
As long as the sun shows up, you're good. When that thing goes dark, look out.
Yeah, that's written in Revelation too.
Yeah, I'm still waiting for the 3 days of darkness, you know.
Yeah.
Oh,
hey,
I have a theory
when
on
you go
that.
live, if your son disappears, and let us all know. We'll all live.
I have a theory on the 3 days of darkness.
Yeah, go for it.
It came to me the other day. I'm so glad you said that, Chapu. You reminded me of it because I was totally not thinking of it right now. What? Because I kept thinking, what's this 3 days of darkness? What's this going to look like? Okay, it's darkness, right? But what does it really mean? And then I thought, because I kept thinking the sun's going to go dark, something's going to go dark, it's just going to be lights out. You know what I mean? What if we all go blind for 3 days? What if that's the 3 days of darkness? There's not really darkness, but we can't see for 3 days. How about that?
All right. I never took it there. I actually thought it was more, you could also take it like a spiritual thing, like, because doesn't the heaven close up or something too? Is that the same time? And you just don't feel the presence of God. That would be terrifying for 3 days. That could be.
Yeah.
That would be darkness because he's the light of the world. I don't know.
Yeah.
A lot of ideas.
I don't know. It's definitely something with that. But it is written in the Book of Revelations, and we're going to cover that when we get into these pictures. But let's look at wormwood for a moment. Okay, so wormwood is the name of a star in Revelations 8:10 through 11. The third angel sounded his trumpet, and a great star, blazing like a torch, fell from the sky on a third of the rivers and on the springs of the water. The name of the star is Wormwood, and a third of the waters turned bitter, and many people died. And I can't see the bottom part of that there. So I wanted you guys to be aware of this, and that it says here that a great star, blazing like a torch, fell from the sky. Now, this is something that we're expecting to see in our end time.
I need to say something.
Go ahead.
Steve's backstage.
Oh, God, Steve. Hello. Hold on a second, Steve. Where are you at here, buddy? I don't see him. Oh, there he is. Let me get him in here.
There he goes.
I don't know. My thing's lagging over here.
He said, hey, and then you killed him again.
And he went out. Hold on. It didn't even
Just
show
leave
me
him
that he
backstage.
was leaving.
If he's late, he deserves to stay back there.
Your tardy, Steve.
Steve, you're tardy, Steven.
All right, is he in here yet? I'm clicking on it. Nothing's happening.
I see him.
Just click once. Yeah.
Boy, way to bring the
There
show
he
to
is.
a screeching halt, Steven. My goodness.
That's what I'm good at. How you guys?
Oh, what's up, Steve? Welcome.
Is he even there? I don't see him.
Can you hear me?
I can
I
hear
can
you.
hear you.
Yeah.
Oh,
we
that's
can-
okay.
I want to see you. Put your
you can
camera on.
black screen us today.
Oh, I
I guess.
gotta reposition everything. Come on.
Oh, man. All right.
Come on.
All right, continue. Now that
Okay.
he's
What have I
stopped
interrupted?
everything.
Where are we? I heard Wormwood, Revelation.
We're on
Yeah.
Wormwood falling as a torch. Yes.
From the sky, yes. And this is supposed to be events that are going to take place in the end times. So we were looking at, we're going to be looking at these pictures here from the 1600s in this book that has all these drawings in it of events that took place. If I can get this to work for me.
And the green room is not that great. They never have the right color M&M. Someone was asking. So just saying.
Okay, hang on, guys. My thing's giving me issues here.
It's all
All right. Let me get this sucker to work. It is. It's all his fault,
Everything was working fine till he showed up.
right? Steve?
Probably is.
Okay.
Well, Melanie's going to have you smacking erasers, that's for sure. I think Ray just showed
No,
up too.
In a couple of weeks, I'm
I
gonna
used to have some,
be hardwire, so it won't be any lag issues.
I remember having to smack the erasers when I was in school, and I had a maroon
Right.
uniform I had to wear. It was not good, especially when you get in a fight with your girlfriend with these erasers. But anyway, so here's the image from the book that we're going to look at here, and it says burning torch clearly. And to me, I don't know about you guys, I'm trying to figure out what it's falling onto, and I'm thinking it's a depiction of water. Kind of looks like waves there a little bit. Like it's
I saw
definitely not.
grass.
You think it's grass? I mean,
Yeah.
maybe it's grass. It looks
Well,
like
'cause
maybe.
I don't see them. I mean, I could be wrong. That could be crashing waves, but to me, it looks more like grass.
Yeah, so I wasn't sure what exactly it was. I was thinking water because they didn't make it green, but nonetheless, let's just move on to the next picture because to me,
Oh, I see what you're saying, because it's going into the water, and a third of the water is burn. It would turn
right.
bitter.
So the sky
I
is
see.
because the sky is a bluish color. Maybe they made the water a lighter color and looking like little waves there. I don't know. I could be completely wrong, and that's okay. But let's go to the description under this picture. It says in the year AD 1009, the sun went dark and the moon was seen all blood red, and a great earthquake struck and fell from the sky with a loud, struck and fell from the sky with a loud and crashing noise, a huge burning torch like a column or a tower that was followed by death of many people and famine throughout Germany.
That sounds real similar.
It's very similar. I was like, what? What happened in 1009? Which isn't even 1009. It would be like 109, wouldn't it? Because we're not.
Think about this too. Jesus said to all his disciples, he said something like, "I'll come back before you die." Basically, not in that's layman's terms for it, but like all these things will come to pass that they're talking about, like Revelations, this, that, tribulations. So, like, if it probably didn't happen too far after he died,
Yeah, well, if you take 1,000 off of that, that's 9 years.
Exactly.
Right. So I'm thinking, okay, well, what were these people seeing? Were they seeing signs in their time for the ending and the beginning, like the ending of the whatever was before the millennial reign, and then the beginning of the, I don't know, but it sounds very similar to what we're expecting to see. And then I was looking over here at some of the things that have been seen in the skies over the years, and some people see these like long burning torch looking things in the sky. They've been photographed and stuff in different areas. What looks like to be some kind of burning thing just falling out of the sky or just kind of hanging in the sky and stuff. So I thought that was interesting. But we're going to go over here to this site that I found all this information on and look at some of this stuff, because it says under the pictures what's going on in this thing here, because it's translated. So here we got a comet, as you can see. I don't think comets are out in space. I'm not sure what comets are, but they're very yeah, right, the boat. So in the year 15,
they are kind of like a precursor to events. These comets, I think. I made like a compilation on the last comet that we could see in 93 or 96, I think. The Hale-Bopp one. And I made a compilation about all the events that happened around the year and the year after, and there was a lot of events all over the world, and many people dying more than usual. And I made a compilation video on my YouTube. If anyone wants.
Would 9/11 fall in there too? Because when these comets,
it was no, it was before that.
Okay, because
the thing is I truly believe that a lot of times these things that we see streak across the sky, even some of the planes. Now, I know there's planes that you can see a trail comes off of them and it lasts for hours and then it fills the sky with nonsense. But every once in a while, you'll see one of these that look almost invisible, like Wonder Woman's plane, really sharp pointed wings, and a short little streak behind it that disappears, just like that picture. And so I really do truly believe some of those, quote, planes that you can't quite see, it's just them like Transformers, right, Stephen? Where they're
trying to explain that to someone the other day. I was like, I think it's some sort of possible. What haven't we seen as predictive programming? You know what I'm saying? Everything they throw at us is some sort of predictive program. And so maybe like initially they were planes for, 20, 30, 40 years. But that's just to get people, first of all, like just used to the idea of there being blankets in the sky, because that achieves like 7 other goals as well. And then all in the meantime, you're going to have people like us looking up at them like, oh, look at these SOB planes.
Yeah.
And in the meantime, they can just do what they're going to do in plain sight, talking about these entities that could be in the sky that, sometimes you zoom in, it's not even a plane. It's just nothing. It's just a beam of light. I've seen like just holographic light, and it was, it's just a plane reflecting. I'm like, yeah, but at what point would you start seeing the plane? I'm like, these people are recording this in the sky 20, 30 minutes at a time,
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I have some I've shown on my channel. I still have it somewhere on this computer where you can see through the plane. So yeah, it's pretty well. They're definitely other things up there, and we just immediately say they're planes, just like the birds. We just say, oh, it's just birds. But are they all birds?
I mean, could these be warnings from the creator saying he's sending these things as harbingers, so you know that something's coming and you need to, prepare spiritually and physically. Sure. Maybe he's not just leaving us down here at the mercy of nature and whatever catastrophes could happen, because there's always a sign, something that precedes all these disasters and stuff. And they look at it like, oh, it's a horrible thing to see this, but maybe we should be very grateful to see this thing in the sky. It's a sign from the creator saying, hey, something's coming, you better get ready. You know what I'm saying?
I know what you were saying.
So, in the year 1506, a comet appeared for several nights and turned its tail towards Spain. In this year, a lot of fruit grew and then were completely destroyed by caterpillars or rats. This was followed by an earthquake, so great and violent that Constantinople and many buildings were destroyed and people perished. So these are actual events that took place. And I find it interesting that a lot of it relates to the Bible. Now, here we have a depiction of fire raining down from the sky and some kind of beast here. So the sea monster and a beast with a lamp.
That's not the old tradition.
Yeah.
Translation,
And
I think the white thing is just as frightening. I don't think I'd like to hang out with that either. Whatever that little horned creature
is. It says it's a lamb. It says a lamb's horns.
No bueno.
So it's got lamb's horns, but it's not. It's a beast of some sort.
It looks like Where the Wild Things Are. Remember that book?
It does. It does look like that. Yes, it does. You're absolutely right on that. I remember that.
Maybe he got that inspiration from this.
Ding, ding, ding.
And
what
these people
What
are
do I win? A shirt.
leading with this sea monster here, which is like the beast with the 7 heads and the 7 crowns and stuff. See?
And what's coming out of fire? What is that?
It looks like fire coming from the sky here. It's coming from up this way. Yeah. All right, let's see what else we got here. Okay, so here's that picture. We already read this, and that was in 1009. So here we have a crazy hailstorm that took place. It says in 1552, a terrible storm with hail descended on Dordrecht in Holland. It lasted about half an hour. Several of the stones weighed up to a few pounds. So they got some big hail.
Again. That just happened again. Like crazy hail's been going on around the world right now.
Mm-hmm.
This is what I'm saying. It's like they had a reset and now we're getting ready for another reset. And the signs that they saw that they were recording, we're seeing now and recording. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
it's funny, like even if it's like man-made or engineered, they're still making sure this stuff happens, Mm-hmm. And you know what makes perfect sense too? Like, why would you have to engineer the weather and all this other things if we weren't in that short season, little season, pizza ceiling fan, Because say all the seals in the trumpets and all these events have already happened. I'm not saying they can't happen again, but if they can't happen again, wouldn't you want to make it seem like that they can and are happening so that you can fool, maybe 40% of the believers, maybe more, into thinking, like genuine good believers, they're going to think, oh, I missed my, like we were saying, ceiling fan, our oil lamps. We'll get them next time. But there is no next time.
No.
Right.
If there is, cool, awesome. You know,
Yeah.
I'm not happy. I'm not sad. You know, it's all good. But at the same exact time, it's like, you know, why take the shot? Why take the risk? You know.
And so the hail. All you have to do is just type in hailstorm and hit news. So Nebraska had some weird giant hail. Another systems going to South Dakota. There was a night of hail in Mexico that destroyed buildings and things and stuff.
That's
Mexico
crazy.
City was buried by a freak hailstorm 2 weeks ago.
The day after tomorrow, the first scene in that movie, or one
It's
of the
a
first scenes,
hailstorm.
a hailstorm in Japan. Yeah, starts killing people.
Yes, dude.
Imagine that. Or
So,
Beijing.
I mean, there's so many articles I can't even read them all. Egg-sized hail going through Lake Michigan 2 weeks ago. It's everywhere.
A couple softballs on the some Weather Channel report or something a couple weeks ago. I don't know where it was, but there was softball sized hail. Yeah,
but there was everywhere, and I think they had snow in Africa and all kinds of interesting things going on.
I think it was in France.
They're inverting the weather. Sorry.
And we had like 3 tornadoes since the summer, and we never had tornadoes here, you know.
Right.
Yeah, we've never had that either, and
and we have tornadoes now.
Yeah.
We had one that ran 40 miles, guys. 40
you too?
miles.
Okay, so that's new for us too.
Up a 2,000-foot hill and just scaled the side of another cliff.
Wow.
Yeah, we've never had tornadoes, and now we had it. And then, like today,
it was like an F4.
It's 97 degrees, and there was snow on the mountains like 2 days ago. So it's just like they're just screwing with the thermostat and just do whatever they can.
Yesterday and the day before up here is 94, 96. Today, I mean, at one point I was wearing a long sleeve shirt and my flannel.
So cold today
in the morning. Yeah. Yeah, I had to wear my hoodie when I took my walk this morning. I was like, goodness.
And then they're going to blame us and say it's because we're eating too many cows.
You know, yeah. Well, that's another thing, you know. I don't know, like, what you guys think is going on with this whole, like, artificial meat business, but they're going to start, like, you know, oh, look what you guys did. You guys harmed the weather. You just killed all these cattle, you know. So we have no choice but to feed you guys fucking, you know.
Oh, there are 3 articles now. 3 articles about how crickets and grasshoppers are the new food.
Oh,
there's factories that are starting up right now.
Because you were showing it a couple weeks ago, I think, Ceiling Fan, that the juice inside the lettuce, you know, the modified lettuce with jab juice in there.
Yeah.
Like, how is that not the next step? You know, like that's where we're going.
That's why they're legalizing all that, because then the government will take over and then they'll GMO it, and next thing you know, who knows what's in it? Yeah.
Yep.
The CIA even told us they were going to do it. They announced it. What's that, Steve?
Nothing. You're good.
But they announced it. Remember, you and I covered that. They announced they were going to do it.
Do you remember the movie Snowpiercer? And they had those people eating those bars.
Black bars.
Yeah, and it was bug bars. It was bugs.
No,
Cricket.
They want tickets to crickets. That's where they're starting right now. You'll start seeing more and more articles about it.
Wait for those to be artificial as well. The crickets and the insect life. Bill Gates already came out and said we're making modified artificial mosquitoes, and then DARPA ran with it. Who knows where that's at now? That was 4 or 5 years ago, guys.
Right?
Yeah.
You know?
Everything that's natural, they have to corrupt it in some way. Everything, even the bugs.
Exactly, and that's why I really think that it's all come to pass already. You know, like we're here at the end. Why else would he be going through so much just madness, making everything so fake and all the fake things so real? You know, perfecting the fake. You know, like there's no flu, whatever you want to call it, going around. There's none of that crap going around. Like everything you see on TV, you know, that's all just, we all know, political theater, you know, just a horse and pony show, keep the people happy while they just slip in the backside, you know, replace your foods with who knows what, you know, and then your dollar. I don't know. I think we were talking about this the other day, Ceiling Fan. They're going to rip that right down the drain too, but they're going to introduce the USD whatever, some crypto, Joe Biden crypto coin that'll be worth more than the dollar. So you can keep your dollar that's worth 30 cents, or you get the full value $1 Joe Biden coin that you need your juice jab to get. That's where I think this is all going, you know?
Yeah.
Because they're going to have to fake the mark of the, you know, they're going to have to fake it all.
They have a thing right now. I let me see if I can bring it up. I took a screenshot of it.
Yeah, Dana's got a good comment. Yep.
Because it said
tricksters and magicians, and that's what we're dealing with. Sorry, Celia.
No, go ahead. Go ahead. Keep talking. I got to find this anyway.
You're good. It's a great comment there. It says they're faking the book of Revelation, ... tricksters and magicians. And I mean, the black magic that has just come out just like publicly and mainstream the last couple years is crazy. And then all this other esoteric crap inside the quote unquote truth community. You know, I don't know, the truth community dealt with all that other weird shit, tarot cards, this, that, whatever, you know, that's not truth. You know, that's the furthest thing I think you can do. You know, you're talking to a spirit that just happens to know everything that you could ever think of, because it's a familiar spirit to you, or whoever you're really truly connected to and want to hear news about it, watch that person its entire life and can mimic it down to a T. Why do you think you hear little children in haunted caves giggling and laughing? There's no goddamn children down there, and you know that.
Yeah.
Craziness, dude.
So
what do you got?
Hold on.
If it'll focus. I'm trying to make it focus. Focus. There it goes. So headphone safety. So I just found this on my phone, and it says to protect your hearing, your iPhone will measure your headphone audio levels. If you exceed the recommended 7-day limit, a notification is set and the volume is turned down. In certain regions, these notifications. So it's like the outer limits. They control your volume, what you see. They control all this shit.
Yeah.
So they can do what they want with these machines and all that. Right. That's the whole idea. So they're proving to you right now, just like in China where they have the facial recognition and the social credit score. They already are working it now, and my phone can decide if I've listened to things too loud for me. How long before let's say you want to go to the grocery store, but you can't buy that bag of chips because your doctor's report said that you had high cholesterol or something, or you know what I mean? Or, you exceeded your limit on beef this week, or you can't buy, not that you drink soda, but you can't buy soda because you got diabetes. You know what I mean? Because it's all going to be connected.
You use 4 feet too long of toilet paper. You know, now your toilet paper credits are gone.
Right.
Good
luck. And then your prices will be higher if you're not going along and complying. This
is why they've come out with these smart appliances. Then they'll have smart homes that they're building. It's just like if you ever saw the movie The Island, the guy, he pees in his toilet and it's registering on a screen everything that he's eating. If he had too much salt, well, then he can't have bacon today. Yeah. You know, this kind of stuff. And even now with the cars, you stop at a light, your car turns off and then it turns back on for you. Well, luckily for me, I have a button in my car that I can turn that shit off. But you know, they're making cars now that you have no control over anything. And unless you release yourself from all this technology and get away from it, which is what we're all going to wind up having to do at some point, you know, it's going to control every aspect of your life.
My dogs agree with that.
They're jumping for joy over there.
All right. I'm going to get back into a screen share here.
I'm going to drop off for a second. I got it. Someone's here. I'll be right back.
Okay. All right. So this next picture here, and Shapu, I know you have way more pictures than I'm going to present on this site. I know you have practically the whole collection, but I just wanted to go through some of the commentary here on these pictures and stuff, because some of them have the translation. So, but this picture here I found really interesting because of what's in the background here. These tower looking build, like this doesn't look like some town
from the 1500s. Yeah.
Right. It's very weird. They're like high-rise towers of some sort. It almost looks like Dubai or something right here. Very, very strange.
Yeah. And the red glow from the red sun or the black sun.
Yeah.
Was red. Yeah. But
so I just
go ahead.
You know, the towers are just like baffling to me. Like, why would they draw it like that? You know what I mean? Unless these are just the tops of the buildings sticking out, I guess. But I mean, they just look like the stuff you would see in Dubai.
Even if it's only the top, they are very large buildings for the time. For the time.
And usually you don't see anything drawn like this. When you see these 1500 medieval art and stuff, they draw them with, steeples and, there are arches and stuff. But here you don't really see that. And I thought that was really strange. But it says in the year 1531, a great whale was seen in the sky. This was followed by a great earthquake, so that about 200 horses collapsed and more than 1,000 people were killed. And that's what happened in 1531. Now, I thought this one was interesting, and I'll explain why, because it looks kind of strange. What's going on here? We got the sun over here, and then we got these orange, yellow balls coming down to the ground, it looks like.
Right.
These round stone balls.
Yeah, golden balls in 73 BC.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know where they came up with this or what exactly, but
the text it's much longer than only golden balls, They didn't do the translation again. That's what
But here on the ground, it looks scorched, don't it? See this part right here? Like this is normal, but here it looks scorched or skid mark or something. You know what I'm talking about? See it right here? And that made me think of Spartan Red and the guys over there on his channel, how they talk about that sun-kissed event.
Yeah, but the sun is still up there.
I know, I see the sun up there. It looks like one of these things came down and scorched the earth there. I mean, I don't know what they're depicting. I'm just saying it looks like that. Maybe that's a path or something. I don't know. That's what that brought to my mind.
About that.
So this one's interesting. It says in the year 1531, a bloody vision with a sword in its hand was seen near Strasbourg and in other parts, as well as a fury citadel. What's this say? City? Oh, a citadel and an armed host on horseback. So that's what they're seeing there. They saw this vision in the sky. Now, this little city here in the sky, this reminds me of people in China and different places see those apparitions of cities in the clouds. You've heard of those, right, Chapu?
Yes.
Mm.
Steve, you remember that? I think we might even have shown it one time where they saw apparitions of buildings in the sky and stuff.
Yeah, the sky cities in China, in India.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. And then this one here, I thought it was interesting. 1533, flying dragons were seen in Bohemia. This went on for over several days with over 400 of them, both big and small, flying together. Hold on a second. Let me roll back up here to this picture. So this is crazy, right? 1533, you have dragons. It's like Game of Thrones over here. Some of them have crowns on their heads.
Not looking so hot.
Yeah. Okay, let me go scroll down here a little bit more. Okay, so this one here is the beast from the bottomless pit. Now, this is just apparently a depiction. I don't think this beast was actually rolling around at this particular time, but it has to do with Revelation as well. I'm trying to look at these things in the background here, these weird towers and stuff. See what's going on in the background. It's really weird architecture, some of it. And let's see what else we have here. Okay, this one is from 1496 at the, oh, what the hell just happened? There it is. All right. At the time the Tiber burst its banks high and wide near Rome, a creature appeared. And this is what the creature looked like.
Yeah.
Which, he's kind of got all, yeah, some kind of chimera with got breasts. I don't know what that thing is on its arm. It looks like an elephant trunk. I don't know what this is right here. And then cockatiel or something for the tail, and scales all over it with, I guess, a horse or donkey head. Got a horse or at least some kind of hoof, and then a chicken hawk leg. Looks like a chicken hawk. I don't know. What do they call this thing? A catrice or something? Or
cockatrice. Yeah.
cockatrice. That's it. Yeah, it's very strange. But apparently in 1496, this is what they saw. And that's all I have for the depictions of these few pictures. But I'm going to, let me just pop over here real quick to this one. I think there was something here I wanted to show you. Is it on this one here? Let me scroll down. Maybe not. There's another site. Oh, Shampoo, I sent it to you because I couldn't open it up on my side. So I'm going to let you screen share. If you can go into the messages that I sent you. I sent you a link. And let me come off of this. Oop. And I found something in one of these, in the site. I was scrolling through some of the medieval artwork. And I found something interesting. I thought you might find it pretty interesting too.
Okay, I got it.
Okay, so I'm going to make this big screen so everybody can see it big. If it'll work for me, I don't know. Okay, we're going to scroll down to the next picture. This whole site has medieval artwork on it. But if we scroll down to the next picture, all right, right there. I want to zoom in on the boat.
That's all I can do.
Oh, that's all you can? Okay. Well, hopefully everybody can see it. I'm going to grab my magnifying glass. So this boat here has tech on it. Okay. It's got a pole with a ball and a spire on top. And we had surmised that these ships, they didn't just, the sails were, I'm not saying they didn't use sails, guys, but there's going to be times when your sails ain't going to work and you're dead in the water or whatever. You're going against the wind, all this stuff. Okay. They had to use something. And I think that they had tech. And I think that their tech helped their boat run, illuminated stuff, and helped with communications. The same as on land. And when I saw this boat with this on here, I mean, there's no sails. It's just that with the tech on it.
Yeah, exactly.
Really, yeah. So I thought maybe while we're on this site, if you want to scroll down a little, maybe
you see that the anchor is attached to the top of it.
Oh, it is. It is. Yes, I see that now.
Just touching the water, and maybe it makes the current.
Oh yeah, dude.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's interesting. But yeah, there's definitely tech on that, the same as you would see on any spire, on any cathedral, or anything like that.
Maybe this thing, it makes it float on top. Oh, yeah. That's pretty interesting, Jen.
Yeah. And especially if it's salt water.
Yeah.
You got that going on. So I thought maybe we peruse these pictures a little because I really didn't get to go through them. But there seems to be some here's a little bit better picture of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, look at that. That's really good. I don't know what that is. Is that a sword? Or
I don't know.
Thing is. But yeah, I think we'll find some interesting stuff in some of these medieval drawings here. These are all from the 1500s, 1600s, the latest. There is a picture in here somewhere where it's very strange goings on, I have to say. And I want to get all your opinions on it because I don't know what's going on in this one picture. I wonder why that face is blacked out on that. That's really strange looking.
Yes.
The head's just 180.
What is it?
The head's
Back?
looking the other way, but the body's forward. That's crazy.
Yeah, he's got a sword in his mouth.
Oh, is that what that is?
Yes.
Oh,
It just looks like they're praying to the wrong person or something. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is not a good thing. Because I don't think Jesus or God would look like that.
No.
I think this is about the saints. I'm not sure, or maybe it's not. I don't know, but I thought this was interesting. I can't decipher what any of this says or anything, but
here it's written Angelo, so it must be like the angels.
right. Maybe it's they talk about in heaven, God has many mansions and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Could be like that. But there's this one that we're going to come up on down here. See, I think when we see doubles of these pictures, it's just like the cleaned up version of it or something, so you can see it better.
Yeah.
Jesus is sitting there in the Vesica Pisces.
Yeah, and the constellation all around it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's really cool. So we'll get on to this next one here. You can see it a little. Well, that's interesting. All right.
Oh, there is this lamb again with the horns.
Yeah, that's a good lamb. It's not the other one was a beast with lamb's horns.
But look, it got like many eyes.
Why has it got so many eyes? It reminds me of the all the eyes that those angels have, like the wheels within wheels, and there's eyes all over it and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks much like that.
All right, let's scroll down a little bit more because there's this one picture coming up. Let me see what kind of stuff this guy has in his hand. All right, we'll go down. Keep going. And let me see here. No, go down to the next one. Keep going. Oh, that's death. That's the black horse. You know, the when he's got the judgment on. You know, he's all about judgment and stuff.
Yeah.
And then the pale horse. Okay.
Okay, yeah.
All right, here. What's going on here? Okay, what is going on in this picture? Somebody please tell me, because I just don't freaking know. It's really not like
yeah, it looks like an angel that dressing up the people. And look, now she's dressed, like giving them clothes.
Okay. So why are they under an altar? Like, why are they children? Are they little people? I don't get it. What is it going on? Do you need to come naked or something?
I think it's the next generation of humans that came here, I guess.
What do you think, Steve? What's going on in this picture?
I couldn't even begin to tell you. That's just interestingly crazy.
Weird.
Yeah.
I mean, right. Okay, so are they men or women? They look like there's no
they just look like beings. I don't know. I can't tell.
Right. Unless, no, I'm just thinking, I don't know. I just can't figure out this picture. And it also looks like the cup is running over up top, the chalice. It either has something over top of it or it's overflowing. I don't know which.
Yeah, it looks like some kind of drape on top of it.
Right. But yeah, just this picture was like, I'm just like, what is going on here? So I just
this one is giving him clothes, and this one like putting some kind of headdress or a crown or something.
Maybe it's the people getting their new bodies or something, going into heaven, or
yes, maybe.
Yeah, it could be.
Like you say, they don't have sex here, but here maybe they choose their sexes. Like maybe this is a woman now, and I don't know.
Or maybe they're becoming angels, or maybe they're, I don't know. I just don't know. It's just like, I know, I'm just like, what? What's happening? But yeah, let's scroll down a little more, because I really didn't even go past this picture. I stopped right there. Was like, okay, we're just going to check this out on the show and see what's up.
Because this is inhabitants of Terra. It's so old, this language. It's hard to read. But here it's inhabitants and Terra. So
what does that mean?
I don't know.
Absence and terror, or
no,
what?
Inhabitants.
Inhabitants.
Like, it's like the residents of Earth.
Oh, inhabitants. Okay.
Yeah, inhabitants.
Inhabitants. Inhabitants.
Yeah, inhabitants. Because I think it's
habitators.
Close to French, like habitant.
Gotcha.
It's like those who live here, and terra is just after, you know.
Is it terror or terra? Like
terra,
Earth?
terra, like Earth.
The inhabitants of Earth. Okay, gotcha.
but the rest it's really think. It's really hard to read. It'll take some time for me to just describe it, but I think I could do it.
It's the habitants, Melanie.
This one's interesting.
Yeah, this one's interesting too. I don't know what's happening in this picture. They look like they got destroyed and like there's buildings. There's like maybe a mud flood thing going on. I don't even know.
Some mud flood flowing on top.
They're getting buried.
Yeah.
The interesting thing about this picture is that the sun is black and the moon is red. So there's that.
Yeah.
Oh, no
Look
bueno.
at some like lightning and portals opening up. You have the spinny on top,
And
that Dia or Dis.
Yes.
And the
Yes,
smoke god.
Yeah.
And like the smoke.
SMOKY. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, we can glean a lot from these old images and, what it could, because a lot of this is what they saw, what happened. Wow.
Fortes somniferus. It's Latin. Magnus. It's hard to read.
All right, what do we got here?
I don't know. Angel with heads.
What? They're holding heads.
Yes.
Huh. I don't know why they're holding heads. They got 3 heads.
Yeah. This one has 4 heads.
It's their 4 heads. Forehead. Get it? The forehead.
Oh.
I don't know. 4 heads are better than 2 heads, I guess.
It's the 4 angels of the earth, 4 corners.
Maybe these are the winds. Could they be the winds?
Yeah, sometimes they represent the wind, but look, they are putting their hands on their mouth.
To stop the wind. Maybe. To
Maybe.
make it blow and stop. I don't know.
So
They're getting orders. See that one angel there has got his scroll. He's like, look, this is where you got to push it over this way, the wind. Interesting.
Yeah. Sorry, someone just messaging me a lot. I don't know what's going on.
Oh, you're cheating on me. I see how it is. Playing with you. All right. We got a lot of people here. This might even be like what we were talking about, like limbo and stuff. That bottom one there where all the people are. Like, Steve, we got to cover the 9 circles of hell again. Like, not even kidding. We really got to do it.
I know. We got to get Shapu in on all this, too.
Yeah, I'd like to be with you.
It'd be a little more in depth.
Yeah.
I found the site, the original site that we used and read from. I sent it to you a while ago. I'd have to go back in our messages. But it took me forever to find the site that we were using that night. And then you made me watch As Above, So Below. I'm like, my mom comes downstairs. What's wrong? I'm like, holy shit. You're not going to believe what I just saw in this movie. And she's like half awake. She don't even know what I'm talking about. I'm like trying to text you. It's like 2 a.m. Oh my gosh. Okay, so Shapu.
Yeah.
You want to bring up your Facebook post with I think you had like over 50 pictures, didn't you?
I think 80.
80.
But
Okay.
The full collection is 120. So 123 surviving folios.
And again, guys, it's
I
from
could only find 80 of them.
It's hard to find the absolute full collection. I'm surprised. I mean, I looked for hours on my end just trying to find it with captions under each one because I don't want to just look at it. I want to see what they're saying.
Yeah.
And I could only find them in groups of like 12 or 10 or 15. Some people only had they'd pick out key ones and that was it. But yeah, we're going to get into your stuff and take a look at all of them and see what we can decipher from these things and maybe even pick up some other little nuggets along the way.
Yes, sure. But did we? I wanted just to check the messages because she rarely messaged me many times. I thought it was something important, but it wasn't. Sorry. But do you want to go back on your site with the depictions of angels.
Well, no, we can go back over to your site. We'll go to your pictures.
Because the next ones are pretty
Oh, it is?
pretty interesting. Yes.
Okay, great. Well, let's go back into the screen share and we'll bring those back over here. It's a lengthy site. It goes down a ways. I mean, we could probably spend an hour just on this site alone, but I know it's got some interesting stuff.
Yeah. Okay.
We'll try to drop the link in the chat too if anybody wants to look at these on their own. If you're able to do that, Shapu.
Yeah. And I have some pretty interesting one we could look at some time next show or something. All right. So do you see it?
Yeah.
Yep.
Might look again some kind of event, some mud flood, or might look the angels dropping fire and some hail again dropping from the sky.
And do you see in the top the faces? That usually represents wind on a lot of these old drawings and maps and stuff.
Yes, they're like.
And that's talked about in the Book of Enoch, is that the winds bring the different events. And there's 3 portals in each section. And the middle portal is the one that brings all the prosperous stuff and the good winds and all the nice weather, where the other 2 on the left and the right portals, they bring the bad stuff. So this looks to me like a destruction, and they're showing that the winds are doing it. That's what I see.
How many faces there are? 7.
Of course.
How many portals in Enoch?
Should I say 7?
And it's true.
It's right there, you know?
Yeah.
When you see the winds, it's always just the heads, and those angels in the other picture were holding those heads. So it was showing, like, that.
And blocking the winds,
Yeah. Absolutely. And also on the Montalbano map, there's those heads.
Yeah, there's on many maps.
Yeah.
But I was reading, I could read this one.
You can read that?
Yeah, it says like the angels bring thunder and rain and ignis fire from to terra to the earth.
Sounds like X Factor.
Yes, and fact, not all the words, but I could read like every 3 words, like in the night, through the night, with full gear, should be like in full force.
Okay.
Terra Magnus is pretty weird. Yeah.
Sounds pretty scary.
Sounds pretty scary, yes. And this one, fire from the sky, just like we saw.
Oh, yeah. Look at that. Let me get my magnifier out on this one. So it looks like those are like trees or something that they're burning.
Yeah, they're getting burning up.
Yep.
Yes.
Well, that happens in there too in Revelation.
Yep.
It said it's Septem Angelis, 7 angels. Who, key is who, habitants. Oh, it's crazy. If I had more time, I could probably describe, because it's a mixture of French and Spanish. This kind of writing.
Mm-hmm. Wow, look at this.
Wow.
What is going on here? And that thing's got tech on top of it again. That ship.
Yes.
Wow.
This one has tech, but this one that's going down as a sail.
Yeah. Is that like a sea creature grabbing itself?
I think that's the front part of a boat.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I gotcha.
Maybe this is like the Red Sea or something.
Interesting.
Or it's heating up that part of the water there. This heat.
Yeah, maybe. I'll try
Fireball.
to find what Ignis Mare Ignis. So they're like the water was on fire.
Interesting.
Yeah. Pretty
Hey,
weird.
you don't mess around with no angels, man. They'll muff you up.
Again, the red star on fire.
Yeah, that reminds me of like, because they talk about the black sun being a red smoky god.
Yeah. The smoke. Yeah, the smoke is all around.
So that's like one of the trumpets being blown.
Oh, yeah.
The seals being opened.
Yeah.
Maybe that's the wormwood, the fire in the sky, the star that fell like a blazing star. This is probably what we're talking about here. Or I could be wrong. Oh,
Yeah.
look at this.
Look at this. And Jen, you can see the red glow around it.
Interesting. And there's 7 stars up there.
What's the bird holding? Can you read that?
This is the same, and a hitan. No, I can't.
Dang.
Doesn't ring a bell, these words.
Huh. But look at the people in their castles and stuff, right? They look like they got like, some kind of wall of stuff coming around it, like, like it's sinking into the ground or something.
Yeah, but they are pretty big too. They're as big as the building.
Huh. What is
and
that?
Then these guy comes around with their armors, their iron armors.
Well, look at the horse heads. They have
Yeah. I was a little fixated there.
Are these the 4 horsemen?
Yeah, maybe.
How many
But there's
horses
more
are there?
than 4. Yeah, there's more than 4 guys. But look at the tails.
What's going on here? They got dog tails?
It might be 4 horse. They're only 4, I think.
There's 4
colors.
horses, but and 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, maybe 5, but more than 5 guys. But look at the tails.
That's really weird. And they're
They're
trampling on the
stomping
people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One person in particular.
Yeah. Yeah, they are just on that one guy, pretty much.
No bueno.
No bueno for him. Oh my God, look at this. Wow. This is some X Factor shit right here, guys.
Yeah. Now smoke coming down.
Yeah.
Kings with bird bodies or what? No, horse. Why does these horses have
Human faces? That's so weird. I don't know.
But look at his feet. He's got like bird feet.
The guy has bird feet. He does. He's got chicken legs.
These are crazy. So
wow.
Weird. So weird.
What's going on here?
Yeah, I don't know. Fire feet.
Yep. The one guy there's getting a message. They're telling him what to write in the book, probably. You know that when they write the Bible, they're inspired by the Holy Spirit, or divine.
Yeah, exactly.
Providence.
Yeah, probably. Look, he's giving in like the words.
Right.
And he's saying, yeah. But this is what happens, because I never like really read the Bible, or I've had like Christian schooling, but never like read the Bible. But I wrote a booklet, and everything that I wrote is kind of something that is in the Bible. It's just crazy. It's just amazing.
It's inherent, I think,
Yeah.
I think inherently we're all good people, and the people that keep us at war and all, they're the ones fighting with themselves. Everybody else in the world don't want to fight with nobody. We just want to live our lives, get along, and do our thing, and live in abundance and joy and love. And they create all this stuff and make us go to war with each other and stuff. We need to all stop and say no. I mean, what would they do if their armies just were like, no, you know what? We're not going to fucking fight for you anymore. You go fight for yourself.
Yeah, but this is interesting. The angel makes him like eat his words.
Really? Huh.
Or he's putting the words in his mouth. I don't know.
Maybe it means for him to go speak the words now. Like spread the good news.
Yeah. But he's forcing him. Look, he's like...
Oh, he is kind of forcing it, isn't he? What do you guys think of this?
Oh, I know what that is.
What is it?
That's in Revelation. That's the angel, and he gives him a book, and he eats it. Yeah. And when he eats it, it's sweet in his mouth and bitter in his stomach. And it's kind of like the actions that you do throughout the day. Maybe you have a good time doing them, but in the end, it could cause you destruction. So that's kind of what Steve and I had talked about this.
Oh, I love this.
Nice.
Yeah, so that's what that looks like to me.
I think you're right.
Well, that's why we need CFM and Steve.
That's right.
I've got a lot of these old, very old, like depiction from the Bible and thing, and I kind of understand like half of it. But maybe with you looking at it, you could describe every one of them.
All right, let's get started.
maybe not on this show.
Oh shoot! Okay, good. My God, I was hey, I'm gonna clean out the rest of the night. I've got to work with.
Ceiling fan just put his like thinking glasses on.
Right?
Yep.
So, what's this?
Kind of like the whole society we got going on right now. It looks good. It may taste good at first, but you let it settle, and it's like, no bueno.
Yeah.
And I addressed that. I'd really rather not do it on streams, but I addressed it. I'm not doing those get-togethers because they're not my people. I've had a great time with all these people. I had fun. I've learned so much over these years. But now, through the apocalypse and through the awakening, everyone's showing their fruits.
Exactly.
So if someone's gonna say all these horrific things about everybody on this screen right now, why would I go to that party? It makes no sense.
Right.
Exactly.
And if you weren't there for it, just know that a lot of horrible things were said about us, and I don't need to hang out with that. It's just that's all. It's no big deal. I'm just gonna keep doing my thing and hang out with friends. I'm not gonna hang out with people
who actually, appreciate us and actually like us as people, and don't look down upon us as we're undesirables, like you're on some fucking pedestal. The hell out of
And if you're gonna tell me there was no serpent in the garden, well, that's what Satan would tell me. So I'm not gonna listen to that. You're gonna tell me that you don't believe in the Bible because it was written by King James. Okay, well, who's telling you that? Oh, you're gonna read what's that Strong? What's that guy's name that they all quote off of?
Concordance?
Who's that guy? Does anybody ever look up who Strong Concordance was? He's probably Illuminati family. So you're going to listen to one Illuminati guy over the other Illuminati guy? It's like picking Trump over Biden. It's like you think you're a truther, and you've gone back, like Steve said, 8-10 years. You don't know shit. You're still fighting over stupid nonsense. You're going to read Google. You're going to read Wikipedia. Those are your references. Look at these old books that we're finding, these old maps. When's the last time you cracked one of those in your house? No, you're going to go online. You're going to read things on Wikipedia, and then you're going to tell me that there were big horses. So what? That doesn't discredit melted buildings because there was a big horse. They got big horses now. They pull beer. Okay, big deal. That's nothing. Because I say donkeys build buildings because it's nonsense. The history they cram down our throats is garbage, and we know that. Those buildings were around way before Roman days and Greek days and before the United States started building. You think they built the Lincoln Memorial in a freaking swamp? Wake up. It's so stupid.
Yeah, in a swamp with their big old horses.
Yeah. So these are your leaders that you're going to listen to. Hey, they brought me great things. They took me. I owe so much in my awakening to some of the people that we watch. but I've grown out of it. It's like, okay, I graduated. I'm not going to stay in elementary school. I'm not going to keep, what is a Pink Floyd song? Keep covering the same old ground. I'm not doing it. I know where I live. I know the Mandela effect's real. And now I'm going to get my relationship right with God. And I'm trying to figure out what the hell happened to this place and how we can avoid the shit coming. That's what I'm going to do. I'm not going to sit there and watch 10 more hours of streams to prove to me that the earth isn't round. Who cares?
Or that the Mandela effect's happening.
They tried to get us all just like that, you know, one topic stars. That's all these people are. They want you to focus on this one thing, but never, ever go forward. Don't ever think about anything more than what I'm showing you, because I don't think it's true, and you shouldn't think it's true, and you should send me $200 on PayPal right now. Get the fuck out of here. Sorry.
And I'll tell you another lie that is always produced by these people. Steve and I never once, show me the timestamp where I said for people to unsubscribe to these people. I never said that, and Steven never did either. What we said is we're done and we're out. We're going to do our own thing.
Right, bro.
And they keep trying to make it bring us back in. I have no ill will. Go do your thing. You want to watch some guy go and talk to Tucker Carlson and have fun with that? Great. I have no problem with that. Do that. I think we're in troubling times right now. We don't have time to screw around waiting for this shit to try to figure out how the sun and the moon work. Read the book of Enoch and now try to figure out how to get a relationship with God. Anyways, I'll stop.
Exactly. No, you're exactly right. And we were talking about the Mandela effect and the Bible changes and everything. And nobody really addresses that. Like, the implications of what that means and where it puts us in the timeline scheme of things, you know,
one point in one place only. And that's the last, 6 fucking pages of the thing. You know, that's not good. You know, it's awesome. It's great. But like for everyone else, not so good. Like, let's wake up, people, you know.
Yeah. I mean, how much time do we all have that we're going to bitch about wrenches and stuff? This whole community, it's irritating. Like they're not even listening. I love being here. I love the interaction with everyone, but we need to focus on what's going on. I didn't wake up and turn my camera on and start talking to people because I wanted to discuss the news of the world. So, no, I think we're in dire times and people need to figure it out and wake up. That's all I'm supposed to do. And when I don't feel that anymore, I'll turn it off. Yeah, they talk trash about us, Mr. Cup. I'm sorry, what is it? Cut, folks? That's hard to say when you're.
Yeah, we were all good until we started talking about melted buildings. Then we became crazy people.
Yeah. Everything we bring up, melted buildings, that's bullshit. That there's stuff below us and under the earth, no, that's bullshit.
Bro, I'm not putting no bullshit difference in the side. These people serve another god. That's all I gotta say. Get this guy out of the chat, or I'm like leaving. I'm all set.
And tarot and all those things, they work. God says that, not to mess with them. Why? Because you're on the other side and you know who you're talking to. You might be talking to Loki or Satan himself. You don't know.
Are you kidding me?
I just feel like, you know, people are like, put your bullshit aside and your differences aside and stuff. I had no issues to begin with.
No.
You know, both barrels were directed at us and you know, shots.
The difference is they think they're up here on the pedestal and we're down here. That's the difference. I don't think that way. They do.
Yeah, exactly.
You want to go support them, go do that, but don't support me. Go over there.
Yeah.
Unsubscribe to me, actually, you know? I don't want that shit no more.
I don't care about the subscriptions. They obviously do. I've never said don't subscribe. I just said I'm not there. If I'm not there, that's all. It's just about me.
Absolutely.
My channel's me. I'm not going to be there. I'm not going to be at these events. And that's it.
And that I went to my last event. I've been to 3 of them, and I'm not going back to any more of them. I mean, unless
do the math, people. Who benefits off this? Us having fun?
Look, the tickets are $133.33
at a Mason Hall.
$133.33.
And Mr. Cuff, folks, don't be upset that or they feel stupid. We didn't bring this fight. We didn't ask for it. These are the people that were our supposedly our peers, and we were, you know, they brought it to us. It turned out that they were upset with Jen for a long time and didn't say anything. So I don't understand what happened other than God opened everyone's eyes and they're showing their fruits. So I'm not here to fight. That's not my fight. It's irrelevant. The cheetah doesn't have to race the dog to prove he's fast. I'm not going to get into this. It's not worth it. My anointing is not for them. My anointing is to fight the powers of principalities and spiritualness that was coming our way. It's not to fight them. God will take care of whatever comes that way. If you're going to stay a heathen, well, you're going to have correction due you. And the God says don't hang out with the heathens. He doesn't say they're overtly bad. He just says that shit's coming down. And if you're near them, you might get shrapnel, basically.
You might get burned, yeah.
Paraphrasing, but yeah.
Yep. If you hang with scum, you become scum. That's what my mom used to tell me when I was young. She said,
I didn't think
you hang out with people that bring you up, not bring you down. And that's the way she put it to me.
Why would I hang out?
And every time I've ever done it, I've always contacted people personally, and then they make it a stream. Whatever. I'm supposed to go to the person personal, and then they don't want it. That's fine.
Don't let me open up my DMs. I wouldn't do that, but God forbid, you know?
Well, it is what it is, and we're on our path, and we're sticking with it, and we're staying in our lane. And I don't want any ill feelings or anything bad for anybody. I just want people to, if you don't have nothing nice to say, don't say nothing at all. But, don't go on a stream for an hour and a half and have a complete meltdown over my material that I present on my show. It's ridiculous. And then insulting everybody that I love, and everybody that comes and hangs out and listens to our shows, insult them as well while you're targeting me and all this stuff.
But if you guys want to watch those, watch them. If you want to go to their events, go to their events. I've never seen anything different, and a bunch of liars out there, but they show their fruits. So yeah, that's it. Do what you want. Do as thou will. Isn't that what Aleister Crowley says? Right? Do as you will.
They're doing a good job of that,
Do as you will. Works for me.
It seems like they're running out of steam on their train trip to Sodom. No bueno. No wonder they're still discount price.
Right. All right. So listen, guys, I have to take a bathroom break. Do you mind if I put on a song real quick and we take a little break? We're almost at the 2-hour mark. So let me get something ready here. Okay, let me see here. Oh my God. We'll put on this Sedona one. Oh no, I'm going to actually put on God Destroys the Earth, where it talks about in the Quran, and it talks about all the destroyed cities and how that they were left as a reminder to us, and that we should have the eyes and the heart to see it and use our intelligence. Because this all has been hidden from us. We've been told that these are natural formations, nothing to see here, but yet we know better now. So let's take a listen to this. It's about almost 3 minutes long, and we'll be right back.
Do they not find any guidance when they see how many cities that God destroyed? So they are now fallen into ruin, and they walk among their dwellings. So travel through the land and observe how the end was for the criminals. They were not availed at all by their gods when the command of God came. So have they not traveled through the land and seen how the end was for those before them? God destroyed everything over them, and there is something comparable for the disbelievers. So travel through the land and observe how the end was for the criminals. For God has already destroyed what surrounds you of cities, and God has explained the signs so that perhaps they might return from disbelief. For God destroyed Ad and Thamud, and it has become clear to you from their ruined dwellings. And Satan had made their deeds pleasing to them and averted them from the right path, and they were endowed with perception. And God destroyed Korah and Pharaoh and Haman. And Moses had already come to them with clear evidences, and they were arrogant in the land, but they were not outrunners of God's punishment. For how many gardens and springs did they leave behind, and also crops, and noble sites of pyramids and comforts, wherein they were amused. Then do they not find any guidance when they see how many generations God destroyed before them, as they walk among their dwellings? Indeed, there are signs in that for those of intelligence. For Sodom is situated on an established road. Indeed, there is a sign in that for the believers. For you pass by them at dawn and at night. Then will you not use reason? And the companions of the thicket were also wrongdoers. So God took retribution from them, and both ruins are on a clear highway. So how many cities did God destroy while they were committing wrong, so they are now fallen into ruin, and how many abandoned wells and how many lofty palaces? So have they not traveled through the earth and have hearts by which to reason, and ears by which to hear? For it is not the eyes that are blinded, but it is the hearts that are blind, which are within the chests. For you lived among the dwellings of those who wronged themselves, and it had become clear to you how God dealt with them. And God set forth many examples for you. So travel through the land and observe how the end was for those before. Most of them were polytheists. And God did not wrong them, but they wronged themselves. And they were not availed at all by their gods which they invoked other than God when the command of your Lord came. And they did not increase them in anything other than ruin. And thus is the seizure of your Lord when he seizes the cities while they are committing wrong. His seizure is indeed painful and severe. Indeed, there is a sign in that for those who fear the punishment of the hereafter. That is a day for which the people will be collected, and that is a day which will be witnessed.
Boom, baby. I like the part where he says, God did not wrong them, they wronged themselves.
Yeah.
If you're hanging out with them, well, it's not going to be good. But
Let's have fun. Have fun when it's rain and fire. All set.
It's getting hot in here. Oh, no.
It's all up to you to prove, not prove yourself, but to make amends with the Creator, you know.
Absolutely. I was just reading some of the comments here, trying to see what was going on in the chat. But Shapu, let's go over to your pictures that you have on Facebook. We'll go over to those and we'll check those out because there's a lot more to look at, guys. Close out this Facebook here. Maybe it'll run better. Okay, here we go.
Do you see? No.
Yep, we got it. All right, so this is going to be the almost full collection.
Yeah, this is one cover, and maybe there were more than one edition from this. This is another cover, but we'll go. There you go.
Look at this. Wow. A lot of stuff going on in this picture.
And I don't have any description.
Wow.
Because I cannot.
I got so many pictures like that.
Germans. Yeah.
Right, Steve?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Burning. And some people under like a cave or something.
What's that in the middle there? That white thing right there. Is that a person?
I have no idea. It looks like the pillars that they found. You know, like the silver pillars.
Huh.
It's just
strange, whatever it is.
Yeah, it's right in the middle of the picture, so it's meant to be right in your eyesight. So.
It almost looked like a person, though.
Yeah, so I thought it was a person.
But it's
like
not.
the white Pope.
Oh God.
Or Groot, maybe.
All right.
So, I have no idea where it is or what it says.
And I don't want to keep this going, but just for one last statement, because especially 7-Eleven, Lucas is still asking. The thing is I believe that we're in the short season of Satan and that we need to know who God is. And I believe our path is through Jesus. And the people that you're talking about don't talk about any of that. And so I'm not part of a division of a community. I just am not in that community because they don't believe or talk about the things that I do. So I hung out for a while in that community, had a good time. And now I'm in a different community, one that wants to believe that this is the end times and Jesus is coming and you better figure it out. That's the community I belong to. I didn't divide. We just never were part of that when we didn't know it. Does that make sense?
Yes, makes sense to me. What I want to know is if 7-7 Lucas is going over there on those chats and saying what he's saying.
He is. I'm just saying it live. This guy is. I'm all set.
Yeah.
all set with this fucking guy.
But anyways, let's get back to the show.
Right,
Enough of that nonsense. It's
continue.
irrelevant for us. We're not that
It
show.
is.
We're this
We're,
show.
we're so past it anyway.
Yeah.
It's so
Silly that it keeps
6
coming
months
back.
ago.
It's funny, this guy keeps promoting her in the chat, but it's all good, right?
Well, hopefully that won't keep.
We're all good. Okay, so what do we got here? We got some kind of beast. Is this like a bear or
Oh,
something?
come on, I
No,
thought
it's
you were going to immediately go to Dogman. How could you not, Jen?
well, I just pulled my magnifying glass up and saw that it has a human head.
It was made for you.
Yeah, it looks like a bear.
You know what's interesting is the heavenly pictures, when the angels and people in heaven are on horses, they have human faces.
Yeah.
Like it's almost alluding to that the horses themselves are of some kind of noble clan in heaven or something. You know what I mean? Like horses are, they're very intelligent and they're very sensitive to energy and stuff like that.
Yes.
And horses can read your energy.
Yeah, they were made like for us, you know. They have no use, any use other than helping humans, these horses and other animals. You know.
I want to know who the first person was who decided to get on a horse. You know, and how is it that everybody across the plain figured out this whole thing with horses? It's like cars. You know, they build one car, then everybody's got cars. So it's like one guy hops on a horse and then everybody does it.
But if you go by these depiction, it's like the angels that show them everything, that gave them everything.
Right.
So, you know.
I play that game all the time, Jen. Like, who's the first person that came up with that?
Right.
Like, who's the first football player that when someone did something, he smacked somebody on the ass? Like, how did that go over in the locker room?
Oh my gosh.
I thought we were high-fiving. No, I'm trying something new.
Great minds think alike. Okay, so this could either be one of two things. It could be a sundog, or I'm going to give you my interpretation of this picture. The one we see in the middle is Polaris. And the reason I think that is because, first off, it's got a thing that it's hanging off of it up top. Like it's come down from up there. And there would be your 2 or 3 suns in the sky.
Yeah.
Which would be a pole shift. And if you look at the ground, it looks like it's already covered up and mud flooded over because you're only seeing the tops of things, it looks like.
Yes.
I mean, I could be wrong on that, the way it's drawn, but it just looks like, you know, like things are kind of below ground a little bit.
Yeah. But if it would be a sundog, the one would be like in like
Right.
the globe, because a real sundog, it's like here, from here, yeah.
And later we do see a depiction of an actual sundog, but this one here is the one that did it for me when I realized that it looks to me like they're depicting what I consider to be a pole shift and talking about Polaris coming out of its position, because it talks about the stars moving out of their positions. Polaris is a star, according to, you know, what we've been told. And I think it comes down. So for me, it's validating my theory. That's just for me, though. I'm not pushing my theory on anybody. This is just what I'm getting. It's a poll.
You're going to get another stream on you.
You know?
Another 2 hours on you, Jen.
Oh, I'm sure. Okay. So, and it also looks like an upside down sword. See how it looks like a sword as well? It's got that little...
straight up, yeah. The handle is here.
Yes.
Yeah. So October. So what is
Yeah,
that?
you see the October here?
Yeah. So what language is that?
I think it's Old German. Or because it's a German book. Augsburg, Wanderschlossenburg.
Augsburg.
Yeah, but here the title is October 1549. So, yeah. So this one we already seen the dragons. Again, October.
That
And
looks like Happy Moon or something.
Yeah, so this is interesting. I don't know. What do you guys make of this?
I don't know.
I don't know what to say either. I think they were doing a little bit of like mushrooms when they drew
I got nothing. I got nothing. Oh, Voynich understands it. It's old German. So maybe you can help translate, boy.
No, yeah.
Yeah, that would be good.
Yeah.
All right, let's go to the next one.
Earn your keep, boy.
Oh, we got all kinds of stuff here. Looks like we got some melted buildings. All right, see, look, this mountain thing here on the left. On the left. Go to the other one. There you go. That one looks like a structure there. Do you see it? It
Yeah,
looks
it's
like,
got a bit of a building sticking out of it. Yeah.
it sure does. And so does the other one, too. If you kind of go back off, to the very right of the picture there where your cursor is. See that? Yep, that part that comes up and juts out right there. That just looks structured to me. Maybe I'm looking into it a little too much, but I'm just saying it just looks that way to me.
So now you got two griffins and one cut the other one's head off somehow.
Yeah. And someone commented on the Facebook page that it was like the fall of the Lion of Judah. I don't know.
Huh. What's up in this dark cloud here? It looks like demons or something. What is all that?
What is that?
There's
No
like
bueno.
fights with.
It's like a war going on. Yeah.
Yeah, it's hard to
War in
tell.
heaven.
Yeah.
Wow.
But they're dressed like the Spaniards,
That mountainous looking thing there off to the left where I just said it looked like structure. It does look like a bridge there too. Zoom back in on it. See the little arches of pillars there? Like it was a structure of some sort. I don't know. Looks like that to me.
I agree with you again.
Oh, we got like raining fire or red rain or something.
Yeah, red rain.
Red rain.
Red rain.
We were talking about this Stealing Fan Man recently, remember?
Yes.
Yeah, I remember back in, oh my gosh, maybe 2009 or 10, there was red rain in India.
If Voice said he can read it if you hold it on the screen for a minute.
Yeah, but there's 80 pictures.
Oh, okay, yeah. Oh, maybe just important ones.
All right, Voynich, put in the chat what this says.
Yeah.
I'll wait.
Red rain is coming down. Red rain. That's what it says. That's what it says. No.
We had red rain in 1456. Huh. I don't see anything from him yet. Is he in the middle of translating something?
Okay, well, let's move on.
All right, we're going to have to go.
He's in the past, too, so he'll have another second or two to look at it.
Okay, so here we have some kind of broken tree. This seems to be a theme somewhere along these pictures here, these broken trees, and this flaming, fiery looking sword thing, because you usually see the angels with those in their hands, which it also reminds me of a fasci. I don't know why, but it does. It reminds me of a fasci. Maybe it has the same kind of like electromagnetic effect on things or something. And what is this pot floating up here? Is this like, what is that? I don't know. Is that a dog?
It's me gold, lassie.
The genie is the genie going to come out of this thing?
No, that's the wrong lower. It's the little guy with the rainbow.
But does this guy have a dog face?
He has a beard.
Is that a beard?
Put your
Okay.
glasses
I have glasses on and a magnifying
on.
glass.
Jen's seeing all kinds of. This is a crazy enough picture as it is. You're going to turn him into a dog on top of it. We already got flying pots and brooms. Harry Potter with nobody on it, So.
But they say that this book is based on stories of the Bible, and the title of this picture is "The Visions of Jeremiah."
Oh, okay. Well, I could. Shit, let me think about that one. I can look it up. Oh, breaking news! That last picture of Voynich read the German. He said it says that it's raining.
Okay, it's raining blood.
That was profound.
This is going to be great. He's going to be our correspondent throughout this entire journey. And he just told me that this one says pot in sky. That's what this one says. No, I made that up.
All right, we're moving on.
But he has great hair.
Okay, this is a pale horse, and I guess that's the rider of the pale horse getting
That
up on
horse
there.
does not look happy either. He looks shocked.
Well, yeah, he does
What's
look
going
pretty
on with his
wide-eyed.
eyes? Yeah, it's like he knows he's going in. He's the pale horse. Saying, I don't want to do this. Is there someone else?
Everybody hates the pale
Yeah,
horse.
they
I don't
hate
want to
me.
go. I want to be
Take
a
the
horse,
red one.
a horse of another color.
We already used the red one. Well, can he go again? He's big and strong.
Is purple available? I'll take purple.
Just a horse in the sky, like in the clouds. I don't know. They say it's a rider. It's a German
Yep.
horse rider.
It's one of the 4 horsemen.
He's a rider in the storm.
Riders on
Yeah.
the storm.
Yes.
Dum, dum, dum,
In
dum.
this into this world they were born.
Into this world. We should start reading the lyrics to these songs.
I know.
Oh, these songs. Yeah.
Oh, you know what's a good song?
Ezekiel's Wheel. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
This-
This is Ezekiel.
You know the song "Logical" by Supertramp? I think
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one. It's very
Yeah.
interesting lyrics there. Yes, Ezekiel's Wheel. Steve, are you still with us? Hello? Come back, Steve.
Steve.
He might have took a break or something real quick.
Yeah, when we all left for that break.
And the 4 corners, 4 angels, the 4 constellations, or the 4 with the
Some kind of beast.
yeah, but they represent like this is the bull, this is the Leo, the eagle, now Scorpio.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, these are Bible passages. That's Ezekiel's wheel, and then that is an angel that he talks about, the 4 different head. And one is the head of a man, I think. So that should be the guy up front. And I would assume they're portraying the guy up there was God. But isn't it interesting? He's got that ball and scepter
He's got
thing
the
that we
ball
see
and
in
the
all of
scepter.
their drawings.
Yep. And we just saw in one of the drawings those golden balls floating around.
Yeah. Yeah.
And if people see golden orbs, white orbs and stuff, they say they're UFOs. But, I mean, I don't know. I don't think they are. I think they're some kind of spiritual beings of some sort.
I used to get upset when it rained cats and dogs, but thank God it's never rained sheep on me. That looks
Yeah.
terrible.
Yeah, this they say this is the vision of Daniel.
Oh, okay.
He's about to get rammed if you don't watch out.
That's funny. Yeah.
He looks like he's begging for forgiveness, though, or something.
Well, he's talking to an angel, and a lot of times, if you saw an angel right in front of you, you'd probably be on your knees too.
I would love to see an angel. I mean, totally. Like, what's with this burning bush thing? Okay, like, why couldn't? Isn't there a passage where Moses? You said something about Moses was supposed to see God, and he only saw his backside or something.
Yeah, that changed. It used to be he couldn't see him at all. He put him in a cleft of a rock, and then
that's what I remember. He couldn't
put
see
his
him at
hand
all.
over it. Yeah,
He
because
couldn't
if you
even
saw
hear
him, you would die. Yeah,
Right.
He'd burn up like in Raiders of the
Wasn't
Lost
he
Ark.
saying like, "Please don't speak again"? Like you couldn't even take the
He
voice
said
of God.
every word was terrifying. He was hoping he wouldn't keep talking. So yeah, so that's why I figure Old Testament God tried it that way and it didn't work. So then he did, the whole thing was having Jesus walk around with us, and obviously that still didn't work. So we just keep forgetting what went down, and then guess what? You keep forgetting, and that bear monster creature is eating that dude. That's going to happen again. What is that thing?
Well, we got the heads blowing the winds.
Right?
We got
The winds always bring in either good or destruction.
some crazy creatures going on here.
You got
one from each continent or something.
yeah.
But
So-
again, it says Daniel.
Wow. He interpreted all kinds of dreams too. So in the Bible, he was interpreting other people's dreams.
Right. So this bottom one here is Africa.
Yeah,
That's what it says.
The ceiling fan. Look at these rivers coming down from the Nile and going
Yeah.
into that thing that he's circling there. I'm thinking about that thing you were showing in Africa.
Mountains of the moon that aren't there
Moon
anymore.
baby.
Yeah.
Moon baby. That's them right there. They're mountains. Mountains of
Yeah,
what?
because
I
it
don't know,
said
but they're
that
mountains.
stream was, that's exactly what it said. That's interesting. See, once again, Shapoo went to some garage somewhere and a guy in a coat and a dark suit and a hat handed him a folder. Like, where do you find this? This is awesome. Yeah, that's what it talks about. The mountains of the moon, and they're missing. Let's see if I have that photo while you're doing.
Yeah, that's a good one. All right, so this here looks like, the sun has a halo around it.
Yeah.
And looks like maybe an earthquake's taking place or something here. Some things are toppling over.
Over the tops.
Not much else is happening, but it's definitely something's rattling around for these toppers to fall off.
I'm not trying it. Again, a comet.
Yes. Now, this is supposed to be 3 moons in the sky, this one.
Yeah, 3 moons. 3 full moons.
Yeah, that's interesting, too.
Yeah, the maps of the mountains of the moon were thought to be the source of the Nile. And it's a Kircher's map.
Yeah, and it's right in the middle of Africa because the parts are missing on this.
Do you have the picture?
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to bring up the screen share for you. Steve, are you here?
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, good. You went silent for a minute.
Yeah, I said I'd be right back. I put it in the chat.
He said burb.
Burb.
All right. Can you see
We're
my
ready
screen?
when you are. Hold on, I'm bringing it up now. All right, here we go. All right, I see it.
Okay, so this is from 1805, showing the fictional mountains of the moon. They cover the entire one end to the other. But then the next picture is this one. That's the one that has that opening, right? And this says in here, they once were thought to be the source of the Nile.
And though now when we go back to his picture, you're going to see those 2 streams coming off of that and going up into the Nile.
Yeah. See, that's now what's this? Look at this over at the Congo. Look at all this coming in.
And you know what's weird is that part where it's all coming off of, that brown spot right there that all those branches are coming off of. I bet that's where the Eye of the Sahara is.
Oh, you think right here?
Yes.
That would make sense.
I mean, I could be wrong.
Yeah, isn't this interesting? They show you that you can see inside these things.
That is so cool.
I wish I could read it, but it doesn't come out on this. What does this say?
Mota.
Hello, Moto.
Like no-tell motel?
Hello, Moto. What is it? Mota?
Oh,
yeah, we could do that. Yeah, and it says Mo, no, Mota, Pa. I think I just did a sigil, but yeah, hopefully not.
You need to cleanse yourself now.
Yeah, I'll do some sage in the house or something.
Holy water on you.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to flip back to his page because now you just said that they said that was the source of the Nile, right?
Yeah,
now we're going to go back to that picture that Shapu just had up and look at where the source of that water's coming from is that same spot.
I'm sorry.
You're good.
I was about to block someone.
Yeah, I'm trusting you guys to handle stuff in the chat because I'm really into this right now and I ain't into no bullshit. Okay, so let's dip down here. Look at these water sources coming off of this thing. They're coming right out of whatever that is and going straight up to the Nile. There you have it. Boom, baby. See, I love it when we make these connections.
Yeah. Well, definitely, if you don't have those, I'll send you those pictures so you can connect them.
All right. Very interesting stuff. Okay, Doug, I don't know what's going on here. It looks like a volcano.
Yeah. One of those creatures are blowing out of there, too.
Could be the angel with the key to the bottomless pit. The key's not a physical key. It's a harmony. It's a frequency, the trumpet.
Yeah, it does not look like they're having a good time.
No, it doesn't. It looks like they're like the pestilence or something. You know, like
And go and look on your spare time, guys. Look up what the terrible star is. That's talked about a couple times, and that's probably the culprit. That's probably him.
Yep.
Interesting. So this would be Lucifer being loosened, you think? Coming out?
Quite possibly.
Because those whatever those creatures are don't look like, a naturally occurring creature. These look like something that would come out of the pit, Maybe they blew out first like bats do or something, and then he comes out.
Yeah, looks like one of the prophecies, like one of the trumpets.
Yeah.
Yeah. In fact, Voynich just said, it says on there, angel in sky with trumpet.
Oh,
Thank you, Voynich.
But I can read here like famine.
I'm just making that up. I'm just teasing.
Must be like pestilence. Yeah.
So look at this city in the background.
Yeah, that looks awfully modern.
Yeah, dude. Is that New York? What's going on here?
That's weird.
That is weird. You always got to check
making those kind of buildings.
I'd like to see like the original, the original drawings from the 1500s that they say, because these were remade in the not so long ago.
But look at that pole in the background. It's like one of those moonlit towers or something. Look at how high up that pole is. What is that? Is that it? Oh,
like maybe a lamppost. Hello, lamppost. What you know? And I've come to watch your flowers grow. Sorry, I just have songs and TV shows in my head all the time.
Oh, I love it.
I saw the chat was singing Jeremiah was a bullfrog earlier. I missed that one. So next time, everyone.
So what is going on here?
Is that an ark? What is that thing floating in there by his arm?
I don't know.
They say, look, he's got horns. They say this is Moses.
Oh, splitting the Red Sea and having the people follow him.
Moses has horns in this picture, guys.
Yeah, he's getting horns everywhere now.
Why is he horny now? Horny Moses. I don't get it. He's carrying a table now instead of tablets.
Yeah,
what is going on? See, we're in the end times, guys.
Yeah, and he's throwing the tables on top of the molten. What is it? Molten. It's not calf anymore. Oh, molten. It's not golden calf. It's molten now.
Yeah, it was always a golden calf. They melted down all their gold and made a golden calf out of it. Now, I don't know what they're melting now. I don't know. But yeah, that's crazy. Go back to his horns. I got to look at that again. Slide it over. There we go.
Likes horny Moses.
I can't believe he's got freaking horns. I did a whole Mandela
ridiculous
a long time ago. Look at them. They're not even like, they're like little devil horns.
It looks like someone drew it in afterwards. Though.
And
Isn't
look, he's got his arm. He's got his hand up and his arm down, just like fucking Baphomet does.
Good catch. Good.
Yes.
So that's not Moses. They're letting you know that they're representing Moses. Today's part will be, as Moses, will be played by Baphomet.
Exactly. See how they're inverting the whole Bible.
Yeah, why would they do that on such an irrelevant book?
If it's so irrelevant, and you don't hear people running around talking about how all these other books were changed, the Maharala.
Nobody fights over Dan Brown's book anymore, but they still fight over the Bible throughout time, even in our own community. Isn't that interesting? Why would you not look at a book?
The Bible. The Bible's bullshit, but nobody's saying the Quran's bullshit or Buddha's bullshit or anything like that.
There's only one book, and in all those stories, I could be wrong. Please let me know. I'd like to have my, change if I was wrong. But I only know of one story where an entity came down and was crucified for our sins as our savior. I don't know that in any other story. So, yeah, I'm going to put my eggs in those baskets.
And besides, shame on you for downing somebody's beliefs, okay? Not you, Ceiling Fan, but anybody out there who wants to put somebody else's beliefs down. I don't go around saying, you're stupid, you read the Quran and all this stuff like that. I would never say something like that to somebody. That shows your fruits of how you really feel inside and stuff. And that's mocking. And, Jesus was mocked. We all have to carry our crosses to a certain extent too. When you stand in truth, you're going to get hammered. And but God's going to protect you.
And my spirituality didn't come from the Bible. It came from my own experience. The Bible is helpful. And so, like I said, the book of Enoch, the same thing. That's why when someone says there's no such thing as portals, well, that's not how I believe. because I believe in the stories that I'm reading in the Bible. I believe that it was somehow manipulated by the words of God to be in there for generations to help us in these times. That's what I think of.
Exactly. Absolutely.
Now, this is another story in the Bible because that's that fig tree. I know this one.
And
I think this is Jonah.
Yeah, Jonah.
Yeah. So
Right.
this is where Jonah, he already did the it's a cool story. He goes and God tells him he needs to go tell everyone that destruction's coming. Kind of similar to what we're doing, right? We're telling everyone destruction's coming. Well, he doesn't want to go to the city. Why? Because everybody knows him and they'll think he's crazy and hate him. And so he gets on a boat to a different city. And of course, he's going to die and everyone on board. And so they toss him over. That creature there is probably the fish that ate him, or the monster. And then after he spends 3 days figuring he was, an idiot, it spits him out. And so then he goes into that gigantic city that's over there. It's so big. It's even bigger than that photo or whatever the drawing is. And he does his stuff, but then he's really pissed off. And he's like, he wish he didn't have to do this. And that's when he's outside the city. And so God makes that fig tree come up, and it cools him off because the sun was just killing him. But then he makes a worm come up and eat the tree and the fig, and it takes it away. And so he gets mad at that. And God's like, look, you didn't do a thing to build that fig tree. I planted it, so I can take it away. He's trying to teach him lessons. It's a really cool story.
Yeah, that's
a really neat picture of that drawing of that.
It's funny when you told that story of Jonah, the way you said it, it reminded me of my son, Ryan, because he's known all this stuff since he was young, since he was 11 years old. And he's grown up knowing all this stuff. And he's always been kind of like what you would call a square peg in society. And even his own father, when he would talk to him about all this stuff, about the truth of what's going on and everything, they would throw him out of the house. They would mock him. He would be isolated, feel so alone and stuff. And this is all going through his teenage and early 20s and stuff, when you're trying to figure out who you are and you're becoming a man and stuff. And so it just reminds me of this, because Ryan's the kind of guy who wants to talk about this, wants to show people the truth and lead them in the right direction and help them see how we're being, manipulated and lied to on all these levels. He even had trouble fitting in at school and stuff, didn't want a cell phone, didn't want nothing to do with microwaves and all this stuff. This is when cell phones were becoming a thing, and every kid had one, when it first started. And yeah, his school project was on how cell phones can cook your brain. We cooked an egg between two cell phones. But yeah, that's what that reminded me of. I love my son so much. He's been through a lot, but he's such a good man and such a good, kind-hearted person as growing up knowing all this stuff. And he reads the Bible all the time. He's got a couple of Bibles, actually.
That's cool. That's really neat. Because see, that's the thing. Before I ever picked one up, I had no idea. The stories in there are awesome. It's as good as any other book. It's got action, adventure. It's got all kinds of things. So, yeah. So that's great that he finds that he enjoys it, because that's the only way you can read it.
Mm-hmm. All right. So we looked at this picture here already, which again has that weird town in the background with all those weird towers.
Look, I can read Portugal. I know there were a big disaster there some time ago, and it destroyed the city. Yeah, look, Portugal and Lisbon. What?
Lisbon?
Lisbon, yeah. And there was a big disaster in Lisbon. The old city was destroyed some time ago.
This thing is really cool, though. I mean, that this happened in 1009. And the description of it is just like wormwood.
Yeah.
Which it looks like wood. Okay. It looks like a burning log or something. Yeah. Wormwood, I don't know. I'm just putting two and two together here.
Well, maybe if Voynich can read that, maybe he can give us some of that one.
Yeah, boy, where you at? Melanie says, can you just make like a tree and leave, dude? I love it, Melanie. I don't know what's going on in this chat.
I think there's some disruption going on. You should look into.
Yeah, Jen, I think you have the control of who you can ban or not.
So just don't know why we can't agree to disagree. What? See, this is what I don't understand. Agree to disagree? I mean, there was no, you talking to the wrong people here, okay?
Yeah.
I would be willing to agree to disagree, but when you start slinging slang around and words that, you know, degrading people and stuff like that and telling them that you don't want to have nothing to do with them, please stay away from me and all this stuff. Well, guess what? Your wish came true. I don't want nothing to do with you, and I am staying the fuck away from you. That's all I have to say about that.
Okay, what's this picture now?
Okay, yeah, we saw this one already too. We got some big golden balls in the sky. What is
Oh,
that?
yeah.
We couldn't
They got
see this.
cannon kind of things.
Yeah.
Oh, they're shooting at that. Okay.
There's some kind of boat. But
So there's a war going on. I wonder what these balls were doing hanging out.
I don't
That's
know.
what she said.
It's like this one. It's like the moon.
These jokes are just for me.
I've got big balls.
Now we're doing AC/DC.
Big balls of fire. Great balls of fire.
Yeah,
All
all
right.
these songs.
That crazy beast. Yeah, I won't be bowing down to no beast. Thank you very much.
So we've seen these ones.
Yes.
Yeah, well, that one's new.
Just crazy.
Birdman from Alcatraz.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, like how do you call this baby chicken?
Is that a baby
Yeah.
chicken? A chicken?
But it's freaky looking with the legs.
Yeah,
It's got four
four-
legs.
4 legs.
Yeah. You know, I heard about that. There was a farmer that he every time he killed a chicken, he only got 2 drumsticks, and he really liked drumsticks. So he bred them with 4 legs.
Dude, that's
And
mucked up.
but the thing was, when somebody went to his house and said, "What do they, do they taste any different?" And he says, "I don't know. I can't catch them." Should have saved it for my Friday joke.
Oh my god.
Maybe I'll rerun it.
This guy next to him looks like a fish man or something. I don't know. What's he got? Like
Well, it's still kind of feathery.
feather man?
That sucks. That guy has no arms and legs, and that one has 4 legs. He got screwed. on that
Share.
deal. Yeah, right. Give me a couple.
Like, don't be a Karen, share. Oh, here we go. The beast in the pit. He's being chained and locked up.
Yep.
Yeah,
Got
and
the
he's got the key, or he's releasing it.
No, he does have kind of like a smile on his face.
smiling, and he's
Hey,
got
I'm
the key to
back.
death and hell, and he opens up the bottomless pit. Where are you, Stephen? Are you here?
Yeah, I think he's definitely being released. He looks pretty happy.
Yeah.
That devil.
That devil.
So here we got some kind of hailstorm happening. People are eating, chilling, and then like the hail's coming and blasting their party.
Yeah, look at this date.
What does it say?
73.
73? Oh, that's
73.
I'm surprised they don't have Vesuvius here in here, 79 AD.
But I don't know what is this depiction.
Oh, I
Doesn't
sent you another picture, Jen. Or wait, I sent it to your phone, your text. Sorry. So you'll be able to get it from there. What is this? More hailstorms? That looks nasty.
Yeah, it was a hailstorm.
Okay, let me see how I do this up here.
So, see
Okay. I just blocked him because I'm tired of that conversation and gave him enough chances. I don't know what he's trying to do. He just needs to stay in his own lane. Holy crap, these people are getting blasted out to sea here. They're flying through the air. Look at them. What the hell
Wow.
is that?
Yeah, what the hell?
Wow.
What do they got that's exploding like that? Huh. It's all kinds of muffed up right there.
Yeah.
You may want to de-wrench him. Oh, I didn't realize he had a wrench. Sorry. I'm just not looking at my phone. I'm looking over here and I can't tell who's got. There we go. Unwrench.
This one we all know. It says here it's Genesis 7, 11, 14. This must be the Great Flood.
No, looks like things are pretty flooded out there. Everybody's swimming around. So what's this
Imagine
building?
all those people were walking by Noah, laughing at him, spitting on him, telling he was an idiot.
Oh, probably called them retarded too.
Well, yeah, that too. That's a given. They yelled at him, "Watch out for his shower," because it never rained before.
That is amazing too. That it never rained before. Like
No.
I was thinking.
That's why
about
people
that.
are mad that they hijacked the rainbow, because this is a big deal. He didn't want to ever have to do that flood thing, and he promised us with the rainbow, but it had never rained. All the water came from underneath us. Imagine that. Can't be completely flat. It's got to have depth to it.
That's right. So what is this building in the center though? Like everybody's just like, that's not the ark, obviously. That's just, maybe they're just giving us a depiction of how high the water is. It was already all the way up there to the top of this thing. Maybe, I don't know.
Didn't matter the tallest buildings they had, I guess.
Yeah, Noah here.
This guy's riding a seahorse. No, I can.
That's funny. Whoa.
Oh, here's the sun dogs.
Yeah. What was that other nasty one? Or that was too far.
Yeah, this one.
Yikes.
Yeah, we the one we looked at it earlier.
Oh, okay. I guess I missed that one. Somehow I looked away. Jeez.
You must have been looking away.
I must have. Those towers are muffed up too.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
Everything's got spires,
Which
I believe is antiquitech. Other
Absolutely.
people think that's just fanciness or building structure.
Oh,
How does the spire help with building structure?
This is what I heard. Oh, they think that it comes from the ether. They just get this energy from the ether. Oh, there was some plasma energy just coming out of the ether. They're so retarded. Whatever.
Yeah.
There's
weird
more
thing.
of those tails that have faces, and that person that has a butt on a face on his.
Oh no, I missed that the first time. What is that doing there?
How could you miss the butt face?
You missed the butt.
Oh look! Wait,
Okay,
we got to break this down. There's that urn that was flying in the sky.
And then there's a butt head.
A butt head. Where's Beavis? It must be the
There's
front.
gotta be Beavis somewhere.
Yeah, and you got a hand and a hoof, and then a cleft hoof, which is a different type of hoof.
No, is that a hoof? Or that looks like an elephant trunk to me.
Oh, is it?
Doesn't it look like the snout of an elephant?
Yeah,
I
I'm
guess,
just-
yeah.
it does.
And then down below, you got a cleft hoof and a bird foot.
Yeah, like
Man.
talons. It's
Yeah.
a little bit of
Like,
everything.
this is the kind of shit might be walking towards us one day.
And
you know
she's
what I mean?
got breasts. She's got boobies. Just saying. All right, let's go.
Huh. We saw this one. I saw that one too.
I don't want to run into that thing. I'm all set.
Oh, this is
What
weird.
is this?
Well, I think rainbows are a reflection of, you have to have a dome to have the rainbow. Or
Yeah.
it won't bow. It won't bow. It'll be straight. You see what I'm saying?
Right. You can't recreate it inside a house. It has to be outside.
Yep.
Yeah.
What do we got here? What are these guys doing?
I don't know. I think they just like found a blob or something.
Oh my God, that was
Yeah,
our
but that
friend.
guy, he has blood or something on his hands, doesn't he?
Yeah, he like picked it up. Like, what is this? Was this Joey? What was he doing? What's left of him here?
Yeah.
I saw this movie. It was The Blob, and then after that, it eats Steve McQueen, I think.
I remember hearing about people that were walking somewhere. I don't know where it was. It was a while ago, but they'd come across this big blob of something, and it was like pinkish red like this. Nobody knew what it was. They thought it came from outer space.
Yes, I heard this too.
You heard it too? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not crazy then.
You sure you weren't at a 7-Eleven late night? I've seen that on the floor there in front of the Celestia machine.
It might have been. I don't know.
I don't think there's many left. We didn't see this one.
No, but these are the half moon and the star. Like that's the sign. And look, what's that? The constellation of there. What is that thing?
Where?
The yellow shield. What is that on there? Is that like
A star on the moon?
Yeah, I think it's just the Turkish or
right? But the round shield has something on it. What is that?
yeah, this is the double-headed eagle.
Oh, it's a double-headed eagle.
Yes.
Yeah. You know who wears a double-headed eagle hat all the time? Mark Sargent. Just saying. That's no bueno. You know what the double-headed eagle means? It means
Tell me.
two-faced. Like the double cross. When you see the cross with the extra thing, it's a double cross.
Well, the thing is like I talk about how the birds some of them represent angels and the good or bad angels. Well, who uses the symbolism of the eagle? The evil side.
That's
so
right.
they're no bueno. Who's good? I think the ravens and the crows.
I
Why?
think you're right.
They kick the eagles away from my birds.
Go back to that picture, Shapu. We got melted buildings in the background, guys. Look at this. There's a building right there, and it's melted.
Yep.
Yeah, that one right there with the arch in the middle.
Yeah.
And something that looks like serpents. Imagine that.
Flying serpent.
Everybody else believes in serpents.
All right, so here we got something interesting going on here. This
Pillars for
angel
feet.
has the two pillars there. Maybe that's his deep jed columns or something.
As above, so below position again, with the fingers in the air.
At least this guy doesn't have horns.
We know he's not Moses.
Horny Moses creeps me out. I don't even know what to think about that.
The way you say that creeps me out. I mean, you did walk around in a robe all the time. I don't know.
Are those your horns, or are you just happy to see me?
Oh, shit. Is that your staff rising, Moses? Come on, we got to get off of this. That's a
All right, what's going on
What's
here?
next?
We've got quadruple comet down here. I don't even know what's going on here.
Yeah.
Neither do I.
There's a lot of these pictures are just
Whoa.
what's
That was
going on.
badass. I would
Dude,
not
we
want
saw
to
this
see
one
that
already.
guy come out of the cloud. Shoot.
He's like, I'm going to slay you all with my sword.
Yeah, we're gonna go.
Oh, we got a blizzard here. Look at this.
Christmas
Or-
card from the 17th.
Then you can only see like the top parts of the buildings.
Oh, yeah, dude. They're snowed in.
Yeah.
Wow. You never really see snow depicted in like falling like this and stuff, you know?
Yeah.
No.
Or even nighttime drawings like of the night sky or something like stars and stuff. Sometimes you'll see it once in a while, but not
Yeah.
like here, look, there you go.
Yeah.
Clearly this is a full moon and it's radiating a halo around it. I've seen the moon look like this.
Yes.
With a face?
Well, yeah, it used to have a face, but now it's gone. I don't know where it went.
That's true. It doesn't have a face.
Now, how about the new quarters? Steve, you were talking about the new quarters where, all right, on the original quarter, Washington is facing the word God on the quarter. Now, on the new quarter, he's facing away from God, like he's turned his back on God. I mean, are they telling us? They're just telling us.
And if you look at him, he's getting extremely effeminate.
Yeah, he's very different looking than he did.
And then if you take two quarters, I saw someone do this on the internet, and you take the heads of George and you flip one, you push them together, and it kind of looks like a goat head.
No way.
Yeah, well, that Jonathan Kleck, remember, he was doing all that crap all the time with dollars.
Yeah.
But
Well, Shapu, you're gonna have to try and do that. See if we can try and Photoshop it together to see if we get
I
it.
might have a picture of that somewhere. I'll look.
I would like to see that because somebody did that with the Pope's audience hall. that
Yeah.
looks like a
Oh,
snake head.
Yeah,
Well,
I've
that-
covered that. Yeah.
Yeah, that horrible scene of Jesus rising or whatever is really Lucifer rising, and it looks like, you know, some kind of bomb went off or something. Well, he took that and laid it over and doubled it, and it's just like this evil alien demon looking thing.
Yeah.
Who do I send this to? Shapu or?
Send it to Shapu. We can bring it up on camera here.
Okay.
Shapu. Okay, so we got some kind of war going on here too.
Yeah, it looks like the Iron Cross with
Yes,
his
it does.
iron armor. Battling alone.
It's like the war in heaven.
Yeah,
All right, I sent it to him.
the Great War. Did you send it to my email or?
I sent your email.
All right.
And then I was talking with Steve. He said that the new quarters, they're super, super light. And another channel I was listening to, the reason they were saying supposedly, you know, because they're saying there's a coin shortage, and which there isn't. I mean, you can still find coins around from hundreds of years ago. Oh, there's the
Yeah.
picture.
Oh.
So I don't know. Maybe you can do that with anything, but it sure does look creepy.
Yeah, that looks muffed up. Look at
But
that.
look how he looks. Look how he's changed. He's really more effeminate and stuff.
Oh, that's the new one. Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's the brand new one. So yeah, you see how he's not facing God anymore. Not that it was the right God in the quarter, anyways, but still.
Yeah, but it's telling you something.
Correct.
If you have the eyes to see and the ears to hear, and you have intelligence, you know what these people are up to, because they use signs and symbols to communicate. Wow! Look at the
So
eyes.
They were
That's
saying that. Yeah, see, you can really see it there. It looks like a face, nose, and a mouth.
Yeah.
Like an eagle's head,
No bueno.
No,
like a
boy.
dragon head.
Yeah.
Definitely Baphomet for sure.
Yep.
All one and the same.
All right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow. Oh, let's go back to the volcano.
Well, wait, what's that one? Oh,
Hold on. We gotta look at
okay, that's the next one. I'm sorry.
we got somebody dying in this melted building here, because to me it looks like there's structure there on the lower right hand side of this volcano, the darkened area. The right hand side. There you go. No, that. Okay,
Well, that's
not that.
another area though, up there.
Right there. You were just on it. That big dark rectangular spot there. It looks like it has structure to me. And I
think that's the city behind it.
that's the city behind it. But right
You're
here,
talking about right at the corner.
right at the corner of the volcano, right there, that whole dark area looks like it's structure to me. I don't know. Maybe I'm just reading into this, but it looks like it's got a little structure there. And then you got this person here burning in the flames. It's just very odd looking.
Yeah, they say it's Vesuvius.
Yeah, that's what they say.
Vesuvius in Campania.
Does it say a date? 14 what?
80.
Z.
No?
1480.
Well, you have a Z now. What's
So
the
maybe
Z?
it's 148. And there's
7.
Drop the Z.
The 7?
Or a 7 or 2.
I don't know. I cross my 7s.
That could be a
Actually,
7.
it's a 7 though. It's not a Z.
World War Z. All
I
right.
hope not.
Yeah.
No bueno.
No boy.
Absolutely.
There she is.
There's your wormwood again, huh?
I don't know what's going on in this figure. It's like, I think that could be Polaris, what you're circling there.
Okay, well, first of all, it's in the shape of the star of Remphan,
Mhm.
which is Moloch, which is Satan. And then, I don't know about the comp, but then isn't that log again right there?
It's either
Wormwood?
that or it's a chemtrail. I don't know what
it's
it
not a
is.
chemtrail. It looks like a log. I think it goes
It does.
along. It ties back to the beginning of the show.
Yep,
Go,
it sure
go
does.
with it, Jen. Come on.
I'm rolling with it.
Well, it does.
Where's
It
this
looks
guy
like that
from?
log.
Does that guy have his arm cut off?
But there's 2 moons. No, I think they're
The
dead.
guy on the beach is missing half of his arm. He's all muffed up. I thought he
Yeah.
was taking a nap at first, but then I noticed his arm was
Yeah,
gone.
it's a little short, yeah. Take my strong hand.
But look, no. We're getting this all wrong. It's the half moon and the star, just like we see on the flag for Turkey and stuff. That's what we're looking at here. Okay. So it's showing us that these are signs of, this impending disaster or X factor / God's judgment. It always seems to be around the crescent moon and the star.
Yeah.
When we see that in the sky, that it seems to be like a precursor to the event happening.
Right.
Yeah, this word is north. So
The North Star?
yeah.
North?
Yeah.
Okay. So is that what it is on the flag, the crescent moon and the North Star?
Yeah, I think it is.
Okay. This is good, guys, because we need to know what to look for.
This one we've already seen. I think we've been to.
Oh, this one here. I want to see this one. Let's zoom in on this. Okay, so I don't know if these are celestial bodies or not, but again, it reminded me of how Polaris is going to come down between the sun and the moon.
Oh. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Am I the only one that sees the current psyop on the screen too? Just saying. They look like cartoon balls. What do I know?
Cartoon balls.
You know what I'm talking about? Do you read the
Yeah.
code, then? Yeah, okay.
Look at this. What is going on here?
Who's in the sky?
I think it's just the zodiac.
Oh, there you go. Good one.
Shampoo, he's always on it. He knows.
Yeah, he is.
But what's going on here? See, this water looks like the water where the log was flying out of the sky. Remember, you said it looked like grass, and I said
You're
no.
right.
I thought so. I'm
But
not
wait,
sure.
but wait, there's more. Could that be the land?
But wait, there's more.
It's a furry animal swimming in the water, and that's its back humpback
Oh,
whale.
so now we're on the turtle? Okay. But regardless, I still, definitively, I'm telling you, still now to me, it looks more like it's land. Where's Voy? Is he still here? Read that one, Voy.
What
Help
is this?
us. He's probably gone. But, I mean, that looks, come on. There's stuff growing in there, Jen. Look at the
Okay.
There's a flower. All
I
right,
see.
I win this one. Just give me
It's a
one,
potato.
okay?
We're
Give me
on
one. It's land.
So that's
land.
wheatgrass? Is
But
that
still,
like
wormwood could come down. It doesn't mean it has to land in the water. And
Okay.
how do you know it was landing? It was maybe flying in the sky and it's going to land in the water. I mean, that doesn't definitively take the wormwood away.
Absolutely.
But I was right.
All right.
And has anybody else bothered the fact that Capricorn was a goat and now it's a goat fish?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
what
what
in
is
the
up
heck?
with that?
What is that telling us, Mandela effect? I don't understand. What do we learn from the fact that the goat now has a tail? It's
It's because the goat is like, Lucifer, and like he's a blending of other species or something, like maybe. I don't know.
I
could
see
be wrong.
that. Yeah.
And there's Scorpio and the twins. That's Gemini. Where's the water bearer? The bringer of knowledge.
Right here.
Oh, there we are. That's me. Just saying.
Fish. Pisces. All right, we got them all.
All right, everybody's accounted for. We can move on.
Present accounted for.
All right, I don't know what's happening here, but it looks like
2 comets.
2 comets. It looks almost like the sun and the moon, like streaking across the sky out of their positions or something, because, the one has like, the yellowish sun look to it. The other one kind of white like a moon. But, I could be wrong again, too. This 1406?
56.
56. Okay. I got to get a better magnifying.
You were wrong.
1456. A lot of stuff happened in the 1400s.
That's an interesting diagram.
Yeah, what is this?
No idea. Looks like there's like
What
3
do they call those
suns in one place.
diagrams?
Sorry?
They call them vector diagrams or something. That's what it looks like. Where it
What's it
shows
say
where
in
things
the
connect.
caption? Say anything?
Not that I can read. And in German, no.
Kind of reminds me of the Vesica Pisces kind of thing, All right, let's move on.
Melanie, we have glasses.
Yeah, I have
again.
glasses and a magnifying glass. But see,
That's just Melanie being Melanie.
Melanie, when you're on this side of the screen and you're hosting the StreamYard, your screen is really small. You don't get a big screen like you guys get. What's going on here?
Here's your Capricorn, but more like the coffee one. Was it Starbucks?
Starbucks, yes. Starbucks lady with her legs spread wide open.
Yeah. And now she has a star on her head too.
I never go to Starbucks. Starbucks sucks. Well, at least their coffee does. I never got anything else there. No, I walked in one time, got it, and just was like, well.
Yeah.
I've actually never stepped foot in a Starbucks.
Well, it was in an airport, and that was all that was open on my flight, and I needed coffee.
That'll get you.
And I was like, God, I regretted that afterwards. It tasted horrible.
And you guys know I live in Washington, so that's all that's out here, really. Like it's every corner.
Yeah.
I just usually just do it at home.
Yeah, I buy the Dunkin' Donuts bag of coffee and just make my coffee at
I
home.
heard that was good.
It's pretty good. Sundogs.
Yes. Well.
This is a good one. Here, look at the birds are falling out of the sky and dying. Now, we see that in today's world, guys. We've been seeing this for years.
I need to know what this says. Something about church. I saw that. What does it say? From?
When I saw this, I was like, holy crap.
Hey, Shampoo, can you send me that one when you get a chance?
The one with the birds?
Yeah. Not this second. Yeah. I guess I could call you Shampoo since I'm on air instead of my phone. My phone calls are Shampoo. That looks like it's an arm coming out of that comet holding a sword.
You think?
That's what I see. What do you guys see?
I see an angry comet with his 3 buddies in tow.
There's totally an arm coming out holding something.
But look, I have to tell you, when I learned about Nibiru, right, it was a smoky red kind of comet-looking thing, but they call it a planet, right? It's got all this dust cloud around it, and they said that it had other little planets in tow. So, I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, the only thing that have 3 stars like this is the Orion's belt.
Yeah.
So,
And he has a sword.
Yeah.
So the stars may be moving out of their positions. Oh, what do we got here? What the heck is going on here?
More birds? No, locusts. Oh, shit.
Ah.
No bueno.
Yeah, right?
That's what they want us to eat instead of cows now. No offense.
Yes.
I hate to upset my friend that's the cow.
We're going to have to because that's all that's going to be around is locusts. It's going to eat everything else, and we'll have to eat the locust.
Yeah.
And this melted building here in the center of the picture looks like it has some structure up top. What's those towers sticking off there? Is that a tower? I don't know. Just saying. Just saying.
I think we've seen.
I don't know what that is.
Yeah, me neither.
I thought it was like sperm at first or something.
An upside down rainbow.
Oh, and this Shampoo, look. Do you remember when we looked at the Montalbano map and we were looking at the eclipses and we saw that thing in the center and it looked like it was a black round thing with a face in it?
Yes.
White face. That looks like that thing falling out of the sky right there. This cracked open coconut looking thing here.
Cracked open coconut.
And then again, we have the half a tree, the tree that's cut in this picture.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. It's eclipse taking place. And this black and white thing, which is what we saw on the Montalbano map, which was in the center of the eclipses when it was diagramming the eclipse out. And remember we looked and it had a face on it?
Yes.
That's what this thing here looks like. But it's falling down. So clearly it's coming from above and it's weird looking now. Like, I don't know what happened to it, but
it's going to mess up their fancy clothes.
It looks like it.
They're really fancy.
Dude, we just chopped down this tree and now they got this coming out of the sky. He's pointing at it like, what the fuck is that?
Well, I would too. Except I'd probably be running. I don't know why I always
I
draw
wouldn't be
standing up.
gathering my friend. Like, hey, look at this.
Yeah.
Coming
Hey,
at me.
Steve, look at this. Let's
Look,
stand
he's
here
got
and
his
watch
hand on his
that.
shoulder,
Like,
and the other
thanks for
guy's
showing
pointing.
me. Boom. And
Or
like,
he's-
those
If I
guys
was
flying
the
through
artist, all these people would be running in the background. You know,
Yeah.
It's like,
city,
you
they'd
never
be like shitting. Oh,
Yeah.
you wouldn't see their faces. They'd just be booking down the road.
right? Like all they know is like swords and maybe some bow and arrows that have fire on them. Imagine something like that coming at you underneath a solar eclipse that looks like it's at night. So who knows what the hell's going on here?
Yeah.
I'd be pointing too.
Yeah,
Maybe
the
I
one
wouldn't
guy's
be
got
running.
his
I'd
hand on
probably
his
just keep
shoulder. He's
moving.
like, dude, what is that? And the other guy's pointing like, I don't know.
I know what he's saying. This is the last thing you're ever going to see. That's
He's like, come here, I gotta show you something. What's that? The last thing you'll ever see?
what do you mean?
Oh,
Right.
God.
Just gone.
Oh, shit.
Is this 1362 or 1562?
13.
13.
13. Wow. Oh, I got little flip flops on. I like that.
With socks on. Yeah.
They were stylish.
They had stockings. Look, I want to know how these people were making stockings back then. You know, stockings are very intricate.
Yes, exactly. This is just a red moon.
Like a harvest moon. Seem to happen every other week now. I don't know.
Right. Right. Last time I was in a plane, the moon was red for no reason. Scared the hell out of me. I was like, "What?"
He's like, is it? It's time. Ever come, Jesus?
Yeah, bro, I'm in a plane, like sick. Like, I'm instantly gonna die. Awesome.
No, you're like, well, I don't have far to travel. I'm already halfway to heaven. I'll just
Exactly. CFM.
I was just like,
I'm halfway there.
Yeah, yeah.
and everyone else is just sleeping. I'm like, no one sees this. Like,
Let's see this one.
yeah, the picture you just had. That's what I thought was coming next. Right before, like, yeah, that's what I'm like. Here we go. I'm gonna see like a big like head come like in front of this thing.
What's funny is everyone's got their own freak out pictures, but that little goat creature, sheep creature, that's the one that I'm gonna have. RT the cow told me I might have nightmares. It's gonna be a
Yeah.
that thing is creepy as shit, man.
Creepy.
Wow.
Maybe it's because how happy he is.
Guys,
That's
I'm
the
gonna-
goat man. That's Baphomet. He's bowing in front of his king,
Yeah.
the king of the bottomless pit.
What is on his head? Is that a cloud on his head?
Yeah.
What is that?
Smoky God.
That's the
Oh my
afro.
gosh, dude, that's nuts. And look, he's got the sword coming like out of his go in. I don't know what's going on there, but it reminds me of the sword pole looking thing on that center sun that we saw in the 3 sun picture. I said it looked like a pole it was coming down on, but we saw it was like a sword. That was like back on my other site, but
It
Well, I
is.
mean, in Revelation, it talks about how Jesus, like, pretty much just like beats the hell out of everyone with a sword, and it comes out of his mouth.
oh, okay. Well, then that must be what's happening there.
Yes. Does
Oh,
anyone know about
People, damn,
the 7 candlesticks?
yeah,
This is
7.
what
It's always 7.
this is what it
Seven's his number.
Wow.
7s and 3s.
Everyone, yeah. Everyone thinks it's those 6 and 9s. No bueno. Oh, that makes the 8, the infinity. We don't like that.
Yeah, my 69 on my thing is the year I was conceived. I'm just saying, in case anybody was wondering, I always get asked about
I
it.
didn't even think of that.
But look at this. Look at this thing here. Like, what is this?
The dew weapon.
That looks
It's-
like the. I don't know. I feel like to me that's the sky receding like a scroll. That's like the instant it
Oh.
happened.
Oh, I see what you're saying. It's rolling back from
It's
the
rolling
bottom up.
back. It's splitting and it's just gonna roll back like a curtain.
no.
They didn't really have curtains back then. Curtains,
Yeah.
scroll, same thing. I see it.
Yeah. I think
That was
we
like the aftermath.
oh, the stars are falling.
Yeah. That's the thing too about the Revelation book. It says every star fell from heaven. So I don't know. Are those stars we're seeing? Are those all bad stars? I don't know. Why would the good stars fall to heaven, before the battle, before it all goes down, while he's gathering his armies? Just a standpoint.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not. I mean, more often than not, I'll look at a star, zoom in on it, and there's a face, and then something negative happens to me. More often than not. Just saying. Just saying. Like the other night, we were looking at all those crazy pictures. I swear there was like, I did not sleep. I slept with a light on that night. There was some spooky shit going down.
You cannot stop. You got to stay on this one for a second. We got to break this one down.
Look at that.
What's that?
Imagine that guy coming at you.
Oh my gosh. It's like a Monty Python movie.
Yeah. Man, three bodies, 2 heads.
Wow. All right. That's about enough of that one, I guess.
I don't know, but I think we're about at the end of the
That's what we've been saying all night.
Yeah, I remember like an hour ago. You're like, I think there's only a few more left.
No, I mean the end of the book, the main book. We've been talking about end times.
Oh.
At the end.
Like, you get it.
Really,
You'll catch on.
Yeah, I'm working on it.
That's right. Don't careful in the shower, Steve.
But Jen, are you there?
Uh-oh.
Yes, I am here. I just got the phone call. You know what that means.
Uh-oh.
3 hours on
In
the
time, just
Yeah.
in time.
Yeah, that was perfect timing, actually. But thank you all for hanging out with me and breaking down this stuff and, picking it all apart, because this is how we learn. And I'm going to say thank you. I really appreciate you guys. Steve, I'm so happy you were able to make it. Thank you for coming.
Yeah, no problem.
Jen, once again, thanks for having me. I enjoyed talking to you anytime I can. It's always a pleasure. Thank you. It's good seeing you, Shapu, and great pictures.
And for the record, I thought I was only a half hour late. Come to find out, there's an hour and a half gone by when I joined. I was like, oh no. Usually, because Jen, normally you tell me your time. Looks like you said my time, and I was like, oh, I got an hour. I'm good. That thing happened. I'm like, oh my god, I got to get upstairs. I'm like, oh my god, an hour and a half.
That's funny.
Like, awesome.
I know that happens to me all the time with time changes, and I text people and I'm like, they'll always be like, oh, I thought you meant my time or your time or whatever. And then I always word it differently. Sometimes I'll be like, Steve, it's 5 o'clock your time. But then I'll be like, next time I'll be like, it's 6 o'clock my time. So you'll just see the 6 o'clock and think
that's a 2 hour flip on my end.
and then every once in a while we'll do streams like with over in Europe or Africa when we were doing with Dave when he was living out there. So it gets very confusing in time zones.
Especially when you're trying to coordinate like people from 3 different continents and stuff.
Right. Oh, by the way, I'm going to mention really quick, I'm going to be talking to Martin Lidke Friday. So hopefully we'll get the times right.
That's awesome. That's going to be really cool. I can't wait to see that one. And hopefully I can get a hold of him, and maybe sometime down the road, not too soon, not too far from now, I can have him on my show. We'll see how that goes.
Right.
That'd be really cool. All right, guys, I wish I could take us out with a song, but I really got to get out of here. So
no worries.
Steve, I have to link up your channel link in the chat. I wasn't sure if you were coming on or not. I think I might have it in there, but Ceiling Fan Man, Shapu and Ceiling Fan Man's links are in the chat, and I'm going to put Steve's in there. SteveJMO, that's all you got to look up on YouTube. You will find his channel. If you're not sub, please sub and bell him. All right, guys, we're out of here. And remember, the only thing evil needs to prevail is for good people, good men and women to stand by and let it not be said that we stood by and did nothing. I love you guys, and we are out of here.
Thank you all. Love you too.